So we're in a podcast right now, and Farhan just got in the car.
Yo, we're starting like that, yeah?
Yeah, that's how we're starting from now on.
You're wavy, I like that.
Thank you.
Let me just get my gear on.
All right.
And then we'll get the ball rolling.
All right.
We'll get the ball rolling.
Yay.
Yeah.
I would just like to read out
Yeah.
the number plate of the car right in front of us. It's EK.
Right.
16.
Are you gonna do
Hey.
like that?
That's the number plate.
Alrighty.
Oh wait, I just paid out a number plate. I think you're gonna have to
Nah, I'm not beeping out nothing, man. That's your own problem. If anyone tries to complain, I'm sending them straight to you.
That's rude.
Alrighty. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Tomato.
Welcome, dear child.
Welcome back to the Tomato Podcast, ladies and gentlemen, episode 11. And how ironic is it that we are recording episode 11 on the 11th of the 11th,
Oh yeah.
3 hours before 11 o'clock?
It's not the 11th.
It's the 11th, my guy.
Well, it's the 11th. Well, it's not 2011. So,
No, but it's the 11th of the 11th, November the 11th.
but it's not 2011.
Very symbolic day
It's
around the
fine.
world. This is the day when World War I ended.
Yep.
And we're going to talk a little bit about that. Damn, we got straight into it, man. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm very excited to be recording episode 11 because it's always a special occasion when we're recording a podcast because
Agreed.
we get to unwind, don't we? We really get to unravel our brains, really get to dissect, problems, thoughts, memories, and general chit-chat nonsense.
I really don't know what you're speaking about, my dear child.
I love Sundays and Saturdays. It was usually on
I
a
hate
Saturday.
Sundays.
No, I mean, usually we record our podcast on a Saturday, but today's a Sunday. Yesterday was pissing down. The heavens opened up, and it was raining. It was pouring. Cats and dogs were falling, so I called it off. I made the executive decision. I said, you know what? Nah, nope, not today.
Yeah, but we do realise people have plans too, yeah?
Listen,
I'm just saying.
this ain't for them. You get me? It's for me.
No.
Sorry, guys.
People as in who are on the podcast.
What do you mean? As in you?
Yes.
Yeah, we both made the executive decision.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah?
I just want to start
So, I mean, are you gonna start off? Are you gonna start off with a problem? Is it a problem?
No.
I mean, the way it sounded to me, it's like as if it's a problem.
Well, you know what is actually a problem, yeah?
Go on, let me know. You let me know if it's a problem,
Nah,
because
it's
I will
It's just...
address it. Tell me.
Alright, no.
Oh, you frozen now, yeah?
No, I froze it because of this.
Well, cat got your tongue.
No.
All right.
Yeah, the problem is, yeah,
Yeah.
when you see there's a motive,
Yeah.
you're gonna get the motive done,
Yeah.
alright?
All right. Now, as I was saying, Sunday podcast. What do you prefer, Sunday podcast or a Saturday? Because we've done a
Saturday,
few.
100%.
We've done a few Sunday ones,
Yeah, a couple, not a lot though.
but they both got different kind of vibes. Sunday ones are great because it's so nice and chilled out and mellow, and you know it's a Sunday, so you're just like, oh, nice and comfy. Saturday it's a bit more like upbeat, Saturday night. Gotta get your Saturday night shoes on, ladies, high heels, men, get your best pair of white. I don't know. What do you guys wear when they go out
What, on a night out?
on a night out?
Chelsea boots.
Chelsea boots.
What,
Chelsea boots.
Shall I do a pun?
Go on.
Arsenal boots.
Why is that? What? Oh, God. Are you gonna really?
That was so funny, right?
You really gonna start off like that? Okay. I love Sunday podcast because nice vibes, nice energy. Just me and you here today, so we got a lot to get through, and we got a nice bit of scenery. So today there's an event going on in the location that we are parked up. Again, we're in whip number 1. Fairly new. Only had this for about maybe almost 2 months, and I think I'm ready for a change already. I swear down. I was actually speaking to someone about this the other day. I was like, how long has it been since I've had this? Okay, I think it's time that we move on. But no, it's all right. Do you know what it is? It's because I've been driving this car almost every single day, and it's already done 2,000 miles. So that's a lot of driving. And when you sit in a car for so long, you're just like, you get familiar with the buttons, and you start pressing them without looking at them. And then you start doing stupid things like texting whilst you're driving because you're that confident. So yeah.
I don't think you should be shouting that out, yeah?
Why?
Texting while you're driving.
No, man. I'm an honest individual. I'll be honest. I'll put my hands up when I make a mistake. and I'm yet to do that. Did I just jinx myself?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So,
Yep.
We'll start off how we usually start off, which is, going through our week, how things have been this week for us as individuals. How have you been? How's your week been? Have you done anything special lately, or?
Monday.
Man's actually like going through his week. Monday.
No, I actually haven't.
You haven't done anything, no?
No, this week's been dead.
Yeah, you've had a few things come up.
Like what?
A few opportunities. I mean, a few interviews here and there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
What do you mean? No, of course you have.
No. No, okay. I've had an interview,
Yeah, you got a couple things coming up. Good times, exciting times.
Like what?
What do you mean, like what, man? You got a few doors opening.
Such
Your album's finishing. We're gonna start on a second project.
Yeah, but def.
Second project's gonna be wavy.
Yeah, it's also gonna be okay. Anyways,
No, it's gonna be wavy, man. Honestly, I can't wait for the second project. It's gonna be so sick.
No, same. It's gonna be
Very independent. Very not independent. What am I talking about? Very organic.
a true life story.
Experience story. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you need to do, man. You
Scary.
just need to tell your story on an album. Any album that anyone releases should have a theme, and it should be story. It should have a plot. Do you know what I mean? I hate when artists release albums for the sake of releasing it. Like when they just put a bunch of songs that they just produce and they're just like, yeah, I like that song, so I'm going to put it in. Your album should be a project. You should work on it and you should really structure it out so that a listener, can see what you're doing.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah?
I agree.
So it's a little bit of advice for you and anyone else listening out there who's producing it.
Just we were just saying, I just put that word in there just because it rhymes.
What?
In one of his songs.
Who, what, when, how?
What was the song? I forgot. Was it? I think it
You might want to lift your mic up a little bit, talk directly to it.
Huh?
Your mic.
Oh, sorry.
Nah, you don't want to talk like that.
Oh, sorry.
You know what? Yeah. I was listening, or not listening, but this week I saw a YouTuber start a podcast. I don't necessarily like this YouTuber because I think she forces everything. And when I saw her doing a podcast, I was like, "Fuck." We're getting to a stage now where them are gonna do, and girls, sorry, are gonna be doing podcasts, because everyone else is doing it, and it's gonna be one of them things where like everyone's gonna do a podcast because it's a thing, And I just saw it and I was like, oh, fam, mad's cringy. And they started a podcast and they were like, oh, can you hear me? Is your mic working? Come on, man.
Yeah, they do that.
No, man, I don't like it.
And
I don't like it.
It's funny how like on Instagram, like just come across it. They do pages, yeah. It's just for makeup. How many makeup pages are there on Instagram?
Like, I don't mind if someone does a podcast who's like, they don't have a platform already, but when I see guys who've got platforms, they've got a YouTube channel, or they're, how they call it, an influencer, and then they jump on this podcast bandwagon, it's like, come on, man, don't force it. Why are you trying to force a sell for?
Yeah.
So you're only doing it because everyone else is doing it, and you want to be relevant. You're not doing it because the main purpose of a podcast is to talk about, whatever you want to talk about. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
So
I know exactly what you mean.
yeah, so shout out to anyone out there listening to this thinking about doing a podcast who's already got a platform. You will be the defining moment where podcasts become mainstream. And God forbid that ever happens, because podcasts really are a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I would like it to stay like this, where it's sort of very mellow, very, not unknown, but kind of kept in the shadows of all the other mainstream media platforms.
Yeah, because when it just takes a piss out, or afterwards when it just gets too much, everyone starts doing it, and then it just has no purpose.
It becomes, it has no purpose. The value just drops.
Yeah, there's no value, and then it doesn't mean anything. It's got no meaning to it anymore.
Yeah. I saw this girl, and
I'm going to do a podcast.
I literally watched 2 minutes of the podcast. I was like, nah, no more. And I think our podcast wasn't even an hour long. Like, come on, man. If you're going to make a podcast, come on.
If there are people who say that about us.
I don't care what people's got to say about us, because I actually got a real purpose as to why I'm doing it. I don't want to do it because I'm jumping on a bandwagon or anything. I genuinely... Oh, rah, that was weird. I really, really, really hope today is not a day where this fucking laptop goes...
Can you please mind your language?
No, it's just weird though. Like, why does this always happen? Remember last time?
Yeah, we were speaking, talking, and then it just stopped recording.
It just stops. All right.
And we didn't even realise.
I really need this to blow, because I need to invest in a new laptop. So people, please, please sponsor, man. I need your help. This should be episode 12, but it's episode 11. Right, there's a guy coming back. He's probably going to look at us like, what the fuck are these lot doing? There's an event going on, a reggae event. So there's a lot of mandem around who are looking to have a bit of fun. Can't blame them. I'd like to have some fun as well, but I'm stuck in here.
What do you mean?
So, yeah, parking's a bit congested around here, but, you know, winter vibes nevertheless. We're in November. Bruv, can you believe we're in November?
Yeah. Shocking.
It's
Very
mad.
Shocking.
It's mad. November the 11th, my guy.
How the hell did time just fly?
It literally flew. Like, it only seems like yesterday we were at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
We were. I haven't even processed the fact that summer's over. I haven't processed it yet. It doesn't feel like summer's over.
And the funny, like, look, you know what, like,
yeah,
how my nephew is gonna have his birthday next month.
Damn.
How? What?
He's gonna be one.
Yeah, he's gonna be
That's
one.
crazy.
It's weird, like, weird.
That's literally crazy.
Oh my god. Oh my God.
Time literally flies, man, and legit. When I think about how fast time is moving, I just think about, obviously as a Muslim, I think about like verses where it says that time's gonna be hadiths, I should say, where time's gonna be flying so fast that a day is gonna feel like a month, a month's gonna feel like a year's gonna feel like a month's gonna feel like a week, a week's gonna feel like a day, etc., etc. And literally, I cannot believe 2018 is over and we're approaching 2019.
Yeah.
But I love this time of the year. November, December is and January are definitely probably my favorite months of the year.
January is
No, I love January. I love January because it's like after Christmas, and you still got like autumn and it's the new year and everyone's still buzzing about Christmas and Boxing Day and all that kind of stuff. January sales, and there's always a buzz. I'm yet to go to Oxford Street, which is really, really weird because every time this time of the year comes around, I'm always in Oxford Street walking down because I love the vibes, I love the lights and stuff like that.
I haven't been like to Oxford Street or to Soho or to South Bank. I haven't been to these places
In ages.
or Hyde Park.
Only last week I went to Central London for the first time, South Bank, and I loved it. I remembered why I used to always go out and just walk around.
Yeah.
There's always such nice vibes in London during this time of the year.
Yeah, it's Central London.
Central London. And like when the leaves are all over the floor, you got puddles and shit. Mate, the only thing I'm not looking forward to is snow. Maybe for the first day I like snow.
I love the snow.
For day one. And then afterwards it's fucked because it gets all mushy.
I love the snow. It's just the only thing that would bother me is all these homeless people.
Yeah, no, big time. Yeah, bro. I don't think many of us think about that.
Exactly, yeah. It just, you know what, it got my attention when someone said, oh yeah, like I wish it was like winter already. And I was like, yeah, me too. But then when I saw like a homeless person on the floor, I was like, well, you see?
This country, man, it's crazy.
Not all of us are lucky.
Crazy how we categorize our priorities and they don't even count as a priority. We don't even think about them like that. It's actually weird. When you do think about it eventually, hey, it's my man.
He has Instagram.
Yo.
You're joking.
I actually love that guy.
Does he have Instagram?
He made a new one, innit? He's almost got 2,000 followers. Yo, that's crazy.
Why are you coming fast?
Huh?
This is me.
It's me.
What? Is it bleeding?
He's gassed.
That's not him. Is that him?
It is.
This is my official Instagram. My name is Ferdi. If you like to follow my Instagram, this is me.
It's him.
Thank you very much. Hi guys.
His name is...
Is it bleeding?
Fad, why are you coming fast?
What a legend, fam.
I'm not following him.
He's actually a G. I love him.
He's not gonna make it.
He is the meme of 2018,
He's be Salt Bay or something, but no, Salt Bay is something else.
I should say. Getting ahead of myself.
You know that guy that we were watching videos of?
Who?
The guy.
What guy?
He was cooking.
Oh my god! Don't get me started, bruv.
No, but him.
Oh.
He got a new name now.
That guy.
Guess what his name is?
What is his name?
Smiley Bay.
I'm not surprised. He annoys the fuck out of me, man.
He smiles a bit too much.
His face.
I just
want to get a pancake and just slap it across his face.
That's so American of you to do.
Yeah, trust.
Pancake.
Pancake. Yeah. So, Yeah, we're approaching the end of the year. A lot of things have happened this year. I'd like to near the end of this year, maybe like the last week of this year, in December. I'd like to do a summary of all the key events that's happened. That'd be nice. Have a little
Oh
look
yeah,
through.
yeah, like yeah, no, I understand.
Rapman does it the best. He is the best when it comes to these sort of summarizing the year. You haven't watched any Rapman things, have you?
No.
Yeah, he's basically a storyteller, rapper, UK artist, and every year he does like a end of year kind of summary, but he makes
Yeah.
a song and it's really cold, really really good.
So what are we gonna be doing then?
We'll just sit here. We'll talk about the main points.
Like highlights of our own life, or
No.
the whole year in general. Like,
General, our own
Yeah.
lives. You know, we can even talk about like what we want to do for next year. You know,
Yeah,
I think it's good therapy
I
to
think
do
we should
that.
have 4 people on the podcast then.
Ooh, 4 people.
But that would be just
Stretching the budget there.
Yeah.
Gonna have to invest in a new mic.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot about that.
Someone can use their iPhone headphones. They do the job usually.
How do you plug it in? Oh,
That's a good point. No, I've got a little section here you can plug in.
okay.
You know I've got an outdated Apple MacBook when I
Yeah.
still have the headphone jack.
Oh yeah, but I've got the same.
Do you? Oh yeah, but your one is a Pro.
Yeah, mine's Pro. That's
Mine's an Air.
Yeah, your yeah. I think it's time for an upgrade.
It's definitely time for an upgrade. And bruv, I keep going back to the time when I was purchasing this laptop, and the guy specifically asked me, "What are you gonna use it for? Is it just gonna be for educational purposes, or are you gonna do something a bit more,
creative.
creative?" And I thought, what was this going on about, fam? Like, I swear people only use their laptops to like watch movies and shit. And I was like, no. I was like, no, don't worry, man. Just give me a MacBook Air. I don't need any fancy stuff. He's like, are you sure? I mean, people usually, they can do a lot of stuff. I was like, nah, I'm good. And it's 6 months down the line when I'm making YouTube videos, I'm like, oh, fucking hell, why did I not get a Pro? My life is a joke right now. I've suffered so much with this laptop. The amount of times I've come so close to just smashing it on the floor. There's been a fair few occasions.
Why did you say acoustic guitars? Voice.
Because this GarageBand is...
GarageBand.
Yeah, bro. Come on, man. I'm not using a professional software here.
Oh,
haven't got to
sorry,
that
man.
point yet.
Sorry.
Yet. So a lot of things have happened this week.
I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, I'm pretty hungry as well. I have had a very chilled out week. Nothing special. Actually, I've been very busy, more so with work than anything else. But it's been very productive. I'm liking the direction I'm going. And for anyone who's lacking motivation at this time of the year, guys, it's time to rise and grind. I'm telling you, these are the months where actually make or break you. The months that are the hardest, where you've got, and especially now when business is always booming, and this is more so for the like small business owners who are out there. You want to take advantage of December, man. December, November are the times where literally you have customers coming in left, right, center.
Yeah.
Especially those that have online businesses, because the high streets, I mean, I listen to LBC a lot when I'm on my way to work, and there's always discussions about high street shops shutting down and crisis going on where shoppers are using online platforms rather than going into shops and purchasing goods. It's a good time for people like us who just use online. I'm yet to actually find the full potential of online. How to operate a successful online business.
It's not easy.
It's not easy at all. But
It's
there's
not
so
easy.
many tools out there to help.
You need good reviews. Let's say if you're selling something, you need good reviews.
Reviews, my guy. What's reviews?
Reviews. Same thing, man.
Yeah.
You need. I'm just gonna say reviews. You need good reviews.
Yeah.
In order to let's say if you're selling, I don't know, a microphone. For you to be at the top when it's searched for.
Yeah.
Good reviews and good points or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a big thing now, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
whenever I go on Amazon, I always find myself scrolling down right to the bottom.
Exactly. And the
and-
ones at the bottom are the ones that aren't quite. You know.
No. If I go into a product, I go right to the first of all. It has to be 5 stars, if not 4.5. Go right down to the bottom and make sure I read at least 5 positive reviews. And if I read one negative review, I'm just like, what do I do? Go on to the next one. So yeah. Have you got anything planned for this week? Anything special, important dates, anything like that?
I need to finish off this album.
Yes.
I'll have the song ready, but
Yeah.
it will be officially finished next week, or the week after. And apart from that, do I have anything else? Oh wait, when's things coming out this week? What was it? Fantastic Beasts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's coming out this week.
Bro, I haven't even finished watching the first film.
Oh,
Still.
man, come on. It's not. Look, it's not the best movie, but
Yeah.
the fact that it refers back to Harry Potter.
Yeah, it's wavy, man. Come on. Like
That's what
anytime they
gets
take out their wands and start doing tricks and like spells and shit, I'm just like, yes. This is and do you know what? It's so funny because last week we were talking about Harry Potter marathon. I do need to do that, man.
Yeah.
Haven't watched all the movies in a long time, despite having watched them like over 10 times.
I'm doing my 3rd marathon.
Damn.
Yeah.
How you training for it?
I've actually learnt all the script.
I did that with Rush Hour. I knew every word for the first one.
I've learnt every word for the 4th one.
The 4th one isn't even that good.
What?
What's the best Harry Potter movie?
Ooh,
Rank it.
it's not easy. Wait, hold up. You know what?
Go on.
I'd say the first one. You know why?
Why?
Because of the vibes it gives you.
Yeah.
Okay.
You never get that same vibes
No, you
from
don't.
any of the
You don't.
movies.
You don't. The first one.
The first one is
second I
magical.
did not like actually. So the first one will be the first. Second one.
I can't even remember all of them
Goblet
properly.
of Fire. The 4th one.
Yeah, the 4th one is pretty cold. I can't lie. It was
Um,
okay, but it's like,
The 3rd one.
yeah.
No. I don't know. The Half-Blood Prince.
Yeah, I was gonna say that as well.
Yeah. The 4th one will be The Prisoner of Azkaban.
No, I didn't like that one.
You don't?
I didn't like that one. Chamber of Secrets and Prisoner of Azkaban were just dead for me.
Yeah, no. The Chamber of Secrets was very bad.
I didn't like that one. I can't remember any film after the 4th. I don't know what the 5th one was like.
Well, the 5th one was the Order of the Phoenix when they were just, building up Dumbledore's army things.
Oh yeah, that wasn't bad. That was pretty good. I played the game.
I think that was quite quiet. Like, it was very mellow. And me and my cousin
Yeah.
went to the cinema to watch it. I was just like, come on, man! Like I want to see something.
I'm
There wasn't
still
much going on in that movie.
the last one, wavy, very wavy.
Like what?
The 2 parts.
Yeah,
Snape dying.
But the first one of the 2 parts is awful, man.
It's just so much action, man.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's
Harry
so
Potter
much
is not too
action.
much action.
The last 2.
Yeah, not the last.
There's so many battles and shit, man. You almost get lost.
Nah, man, come on, this ain't Lord of the Rings.
Too sad, honestly.
Yeah, I felt sorry for Snape.
Yeah, man. Snape was the guy, man.
Yes, yeah, Snape was the
And the actor of Snape is
Hero.
dead as well.
Yeah, and also, no, not Dumbledore. The first Dumbledore.
Yeah.
He died.
Yeah.
He passed away.
Mm.
Rest in peace.
I'm still trying to finish watching El Chapo.
Disgusting.
I'm on the last season, and do you know what? Yeah, it's getting to me so much. One day, one evening, early in the morning, I should say, at about like 1 a.m. I woke up. I needed to go to the toilet for a piss, and an hour before that, I was watching El Chapo, and then I went to sleep. And I woke up, and I legit thought I was in El Chapo. I was fucked. I was so fucked. I didn't know where I was. I woke up, my head was spinning. I was like, "What the fuck? Am I supposed to protect this guy? What if all of the drug cartel leaders come and try and kill him?" And I was thinking I had to protect him. Fam, I'm telling you.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm trying to finish this series as soon as possible because it's getting to me. It's getting to my head.
Yeah, I was like that with Daredevil. I finished Daredevil.
It's just
season
like
3, and it's just so much plot twist, and
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah. I do
Daredevil
want to watch a
season
movie
3 was
tonight.
wonderful,
Maybe
man.
I'll go home and watch a movie tonight.
Maybe.
Perhaps. Anyways, right, we're gonna get into it. There's a good few things that have happened this week, and I'm just gonna sort out the wiring of this mic. Yeah. So we're gonna start off with Ariana Grande. She released her new song. Thank You Next. Great song. Have you heard it?
No.
Great song. Really, really good song. Really, really, really
What's
good
it
song.
about?
She's basically addressing her exes.
Both of them.
All of them. I mean, you wouldn't know what kind of exes she's had, and I'm gonna surprise
Of course,
you.
no, I'm not gonna be like. Oh.
So listen, she releases the song 30 minutes before Saturday Night Live. Pete Davidson, her ex, is an actor in Saturday Night Live, and she releases that song 30 minutes before Saturday Night Live after Pete Davidson made a joke about their breakup on the show the week before. So, you know, a lot of people are saying it's not a diss track, but it can be depicted as a diss track because of the timing that she put it out on. But the lyrics itself, you know, that she doesn't go out for anyone. So Pete made a joke on SNL, Saturday Night Live, the week before. So it was this stupid little joke where he was proposing to singer Maggie Rogers. He proposed to her as a joke, and she said no to him, and he made a little joke about it.
What did he say?
I don't know what he said. He said like 3-0 or 0-3, something like that, like 0-3, because I think he proposed to like 2 other girls or something like that.
But that's fine. That's not like something like.
Yeah, but it's just like the nature of it, because obviously it's Saturday Night Live. It's like it's a show for, you know, full of comedy and laughter and stuff like that.
And Pete Davidson, I would like to remind all of you guys that like basically there are some kind of or some sort of actors out there or comedians. There are some of them that would not that would pass the barrier. For example, when they did the roast of Justin Bieber, I don't know if you've seen it. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. So all of those guys there, and Pete Davidson was there too. These guys, they don't really care. They would joke about anything.
But that's the point.
Yeah, I know.
So the point is, because of the nature of Saturday Night Live, him making a joke out of it is just like really insensitive. So that triggered Ariana, and it triggered her, and then she released the song, because she didn't want to just sit around and made to feel like a victim of another joke. She wanted it to be private. Her breakup, her relationships, she wanted to deal with it privately, but obviously he took it to the next level. She didn't throw any disses at Pete. Despite accusing him of being a hypocrite for pretending he didn't care about relevancy, but then making the joke about her marriage. So on Twitter, she kind of lashed out on him. She said, after he did that, on Twitter, she said, you're a hypocrite because I'm just saying it in other words. You're a hypocrite because you say that you don't really care about relevancy, but then you're making a joke about our marriage. So that goes to show how, you know, desperate you are to cling on. But the song is a great song. It's really, really nice. It is catchy. It talks about a new chapter and a beginning for her, which mainly includes things like self-love, embracing her life experiences, learning from them, and moving forward. So in other words, it's like you could put it in the same sort of sentence as what a podcast is supposed to do.
Yeah,
it's like her giving herself therapy, telling herself that, you know, she's been through all of this kind of stuff, she's got through it, she's a stronger person, and she should love herself for it.
Have you seen her carpool karaoke with
James Corden?
Yeah.
No, I haven't. Is it good?
I haven't seen a carpool karaoke, but I've seen them two going into this escape room. It was very funny.
When was this? Long time ago?
No, last week.
Oh, really? This is recent?
Yeah, of course.
Mad. No, I need to watch that then.
It's funny, like, they're going to the escape room, yeah?
Does he talk about any of the ex-relationships or anything like that?
I mean, I haven't seen the carpool karaoke.
Yeah.
I've only seen the part when they
okay, fine.
go to the escape room, and then...
That'll be something good to watch.
Yeah. It's just, like, they go into the room, and then they're, of course, like, they have to go to another room and to find the keys and so on. Ariana Grande slips, drops on the floor, and then...
I can imagine a high-pitched voice.
And then James Corden just, like, shouting, like screaming with that British accent.
Okay,
it's just so funny.
I miss James Corden being, like, comedian in the UK.
Nah, I don't. I think he's doing a better job.
Yeah, for himself it is, yeah. But it's just like, come on, he was a lot more funny when he was down here.
Really?
Anyway, listen. So the song talks about her relationship. She begins it with talking about Big Sean. She went out with Big Sean for 8 months.
Who?
Ariana Grande.
Really?
Yeah, she started off with Big Sean. She thought she'd end up with him. That's what she said.
I did not know. How old is Big Sean?
I don't know.
He's old compared to
quite old,
Ariana Grande.
Yeah, she's a little baby.
No, I mean, how old is she? 25?
Something like that, yeah. She looks like she's 16 though.
Yeah, to be honest, she looks like she's about to start
Proper small.
secondary
fam.
school.
Tiny. Bloody hell. Anyways, so she talks about Big Sean. She thought she'd end up with him. And then she talks about a guy called Ricky Alvarez. So this is her backup dancer. And she got into a relationship with him for almost a year and a half. They kicked it off, and then that didn't work out. And then she talks about almost getting married to Pete Davidson. And then she mentions Mac Miller, and she describes him as an angel. And actually, earlier this week we found out that he died from an overdose of fentanyl and cocaine.
Oh.
So that's really, really sad. So yeah, she talks about all of that, and basically she's just trying to say, like, look, I'm really, really grateful and happy for everything that you guys have given me, taught me, but now she's gonna move on and work on herself. And I really, really hope, that she does work on herself rather than, because she's got a reputation of jumping into one relationship to another, going from one relationship to another. She's got a really bad reputation of doing that, and I really, really hope that she sticks to working on herself. She's an incredible talented artist. Like, her songwriting ability, her voice, and the style of music that she does is insane. But her private life just ruins everything. She's got so much potential to become so great. She doesn't need to.
But
I mean,
she's already great.
huh?
She's out there.
Yeah, no, she's already great. But what I'm saying is, if she wants to take it to the next level, like become one of the greatest, she needs to just fucking just. And but on the other hand, it's difficult for most people, or for some. Sorry, it's difficult for some people to not be in a relationship. Do you know what I mean? Like, some people need that sort of.
Oh no. Oh, okay.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, no, I've actually I've seen some people like that. Yeah, I've actually seen that.
Yeah.
I've seen that. Yeah, I mean
Where you sort of have to be in a relationship because
not me.
no,
I've seen.
I'm just saying generally
okay.
speaking, like some
Yeah,
people.
I've seen a few people like that. Yeah, like I've seen someone that they end up in a relationship and they actually last for quite long.
Yeah.
And then boom, someone else, but from the same class.
Wow.
And then boom, someone else from the other class, and then boom, someone else from the same class. It's
Wow.
just weird, isn't it?
Yeah. But no, I mean, I don't know whether it's something that she herself feels like she needs to be with someone or not. But at the end of the day, I personally think that she should just knuckle down, get to work, start working on, hella projects.
Be like Ariana.
She's been through so much, man. Think about the Manchester bombings that happened at her event.
and then Mac Miller.
Mac Miller passing away and her getting engaged to. I mean, I blame it on her because there was no need to get engaged that quick.
That's just her personal choice.
I know.
It's not something affecting, like, if that's the reason.
She's living in the fast lane.
No, but it's just a personal choice.
Yeah.
We spoke about this before.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It's just
Well, look-
weird. It's just weird for anyone to say Mac Miller died because of Ariana Grande. You
No,
can't say
it wasn't. It wasn't. I look. I know. Obviously, the first episode that I did was talk about Mac Miller, and I was really, really upset, and I
Yeah,
gave her a
you
lot of
was very
stick for
upset.
it. I gave her a lot of stick for it, but she wasn't the cause of his death. But she could have. I personally think she could have dealt with the situation a lot better than she did. As a human being, you need to be understanding of, repercussions of your actions and all that kind of shit. But. Yeah, good luck to her. She's releasing a new project soon as well, so I'm really excited about that.
With me?
I'm not a massive Ariana Grande fan, like I wouldn't listen to her music, but her last album was insane. And yeah, I'm really excited about the shit that she's got coming. So we'll move on from Ariana Grande and the sort of music industry to the tech side of things. Google Pixel have released their new phone, Google Pixel 3, which is out now.
They
And
promoted that with Eminem, no?
What?
They did a little ad. Well,
Oh, did they? No, I didn't.
No, no,
I
no.
didn't see.
Yeah, I think so. They did it on what's that guy? Is it Jimmy Kimmel? Yeah, it's Jimmy Kimmel, the one that has the Mexican guy with him.
What?
Yeah, Jimmy. Alright, basically
Yeah.
on his show,
Yeah.
Eminem went to the Empire State Building.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
on
I didn't
top.
see that video, but I did.
Yeah,
I
it's for
heard
Google
about that.
Pixel 3.
Hmm?
I think it's for Pixel.
Oh,
3.
it's for Pixel 3.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And he performed Venom.
Oh, yeah, I heard about it. Yeah. I didn't actually watch the video, but yeah, I did see that.
It was actually funny.
Was
with
it good?
him. Yeah, no, I think it was good.
I just can't listen to that song anymore.
I love that song.
It's just
I think it's like in the first 5 right now
Really?
of Eminem's
I don't know.
album or
I don't really.
history. It's in the first 5. I like it.
it's too much, man. You listen to it once or twice, and then afterwards it just gets a bit repetitive, you know. The beat as well, man. I don't know about the beat. Anyways, Google
Sorry.
Pixel 3 is out now. This is a phone that I was really excited for. You know, highly anticipated. A lot of hype around it. But it doesn't seem like it's received. It's been received well by everyone,
it
all the
won't.
fans.
Of course it won't.
I'm not a massive tech fan myself, but you know, this is a phone that the Google Pixel 2 was something that I was very close to purchasing. So I was so close to moving away from Apple when it was time for my upgrade, and I got this fucking 10, the iPhone X. I was very close to getting the Google Pixel 2, simply because I love Chrome. Like, generally speaking, anything that's Chrome, I love it. Google Chrome, the Chromecast, Google Maps, you know, all of these Google things that we use, highly efficient, really, really, you know, easy and simple to use. So the Google phone really, really appealed to me. Now, people have called it a great alternative for the iPhones. Something that's great about the Pixel is the size, which is perfect for one hand. And I find that really difficult for iPhones, especially the smaller iPhones. Even this normal size one is really awkward to like handle. But apparently the Pixel is perfect for your hand size. As in, you can just get from, you know, you can use it with one hand with ease. It's perfectly compatible and comfortable for your pockets. And do you remember when we had our iPhone, what was it, 7S Plus?
I
6S
had the
Plus.
iPhone 6S Plus.
Yeah, 6S Plus.
Oh, you had one too, innit?
Yeah, I had one too, yeah. How was that compared to your new phone? Because it was massive. It was
Yeah,
huge.
you know, I gave that to my dad, and sometimes, you know, he asks for stuff and then I use it. I have to use it.
Yeah.
It's too big, man.
Why?
It's too big. I don't know why I even
do
went for that.
Apple, and not even Apple, Samsung as well, like the Note and stuff like that. Like, why do you need to feel like you need to? Why do you feel like you need to make it so big? I can't stand when tech companies feel like they can just give you like a fat ass device and expect you, and it's just not compatible for everyday life.
Yeah.
Having said that, I still used it for 2 years, and it was alright. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah, it was just too big.
I couldn't ever use a phone now with buttons though. Like, I was trying to use my mum's one. She wanted me to do something, and I kept on swiping up. I didn't know what to do with the button. The home screen was just like
Must be an
the home
Android.
button.
Was it an Android?
Yeah, I would never go Android.
I've had Android before, and for like long years.
I could never do Android.
I've used Android, and the only reason why I used Android is because there's more features, there's more options to it.
It's too much,
and,
man.
And that's because
Interfaces all over the place.
Yeah, and that's because it's like it's got the same operating system as a computer, literally.
My dad's
But,
my dad's got an he's got a Samsung S.
Yeah, but the
9 or
iPhone is
something.
just so easy. It's just like
No, man.
so easy to
it's
get
not.
around.
It really isn't.
iPhone,
Keyboard's a joke.
the iPhone.
Oh, so the iPhone, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the iPhone's easy.
Yeah, it's simple.
It's
You're
so easy to get
recognizable
around,
with
like,
it.
You know your way around. It's just easy.
The iOS changes every year, like a year and a half or so, and they only make subtle changes to it. Yeah, it pains me to say it, but the iPhone probably is the perfect smartphone device. And I hate that because I hate Apple as a company. They're so fucking shite and extortionary. So anyways, back to the Google Pixel 3. The back of the phone has a nice chalkboard feel. The design is kept quite simple compared to its previous models, and I feel like they're copying iPhone with because you haven't seen a picture of it, but the interface itself, I mean not the interface, the design and the shape of the phone, it looks like they went for the Apple approach by keeping it one color, either black or white, but having that chalkboard feel at the back.
Okay.
So it's been deemed as the best phone for taking accurate quick shot photos. That's something that I find incredibly annoying and difficult when it comes to the iPhone. Okay, maybe you won't know, but when I'm in a classroom and kids are cooking and stuff, and I want to take photos for Instagram or whatever, because they're cooking and they're it's live, they're active, and it's not something where you can tell them to freeze. It's happening very, very quickly. When I get my phone and I take a picture, it's always blurry because they're moving around constantly. But with the Google Pixel 3, when you take a picture, it takes it instantly. Instantaneously. It doesn't have that half a second lag. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That other phones have. This one is just like bang. It catches the moment straight there. That second, the moment you press that button, it catches it, and I love that. And I've heard a lot of good reviews about about its abilities of taking quick, accurate photos, but also the quality of it's really, really good as well.
How much is it?
It starts $799 to $899.
I don't think anyone's gonna. Well, I don't think a lot of people's gonna go.
So that will be in UK. That will probably be about
50.
650, something like that.
Mhm.
Which is, I think, is a really good deal if you think about it, because the iPhone starts at £1,000.
Well, yeah. The iPhone after the iPhone X, yeah.
Yeah, I would love to actually try and maybe go into a shop and play around with it and see what the Pixel's like. Because the one thing that I love about the Pixel is the fact that it's preserved a classic smartphone size. It's not overly
Yeah, this is
big
not really
or
big.
wide.
The
It's
iPhone
right.
6 is not
The
too big.
iPhone 10 is okay because it's
And the
not
iPhone
too
X, the
wide,
iPhone
but
6.
it's quite high up.
The what?
It's the height of it is too high.
No, I think I don't know what the hell my phone is doing right now. It's doing something. What's happening?
You see?
What's that?
I can't see anything.
Look.
It's a timer. Why'd you put a timer on your phone?
I didn't.
You did. You were meant to put an alarm. You put a timer instead.
Oh,
It's gonna start
bad.
ringing. Anyways, so yeah, it's been deemed as the best phone for taking accurate, quick shot photos. However, there are problems with the phone. Okay, I don't think any phone is perfect. iPhone is near enough perfect, but Google Pixel 3, the display is too dim, which means that if you're outside, you need to put the brightness all the way up. And I'm quite surprised that the phone itself doesn't automatically do that, because with the iPhone, it just does it automatically, whether you're in somewhere dim or too light.
If you turn that option on, then yeah, it does.
I don't know if it
I
has
think
that
Android
option.
has that thing in problem in general because my dad had a Sony Xperia.
Yeah,
It was awful. Like,
really.
the brightness was awful.
Yeah.
It was too dim. It was
Okay.
awful.
Mm.
And then there was nothing to. I mean, I gave him the iPhone 6s,
Mm-hmm.
and he smashed. I don't know how he manages it. He's worse than me. I mean,
I feel like
normally I expect like teens or young people to like be able to. You know,
yeah, I was
but
gonna
in
say
our family,
there's a
it's my
common.
dad.
Huh?
In my family, it's my dad. His phones are always like smashed.
I don't know what it is, but a lot of people seem to just have their phones around them and with a cracked screen. Like my one is cracked as well, but I've got a screen protector on it. I remember the day I cracked it as well. It was that terrible Michael McIntyre experience.
I remember the day when I cracked my iPhone 6.
How bad have you? What's been your worst crack on your phone?
My worst crack.
To what extent?
That was
has it
the
been?
only crack. Oh wait, hold on. I've you know what? I've had two different cracks. Yeah.
Yeah,
One was on what was it? I had the Samsung
yeah,
Galaxy S3.
yeah.
Yeah. I was at the gym,
All right.
treadmill,
Mhm.
running.
Mhm.
That song kicks in. Yeah, I get pumped.
Damn,
I'm sprinting.
increase that speed.
I'm
20.
sprinting. And then
Yeah.
when I feel the phone just flies out my pocket.
Boom.
And no, it gets squashed
Oh
in the treadmill.
no!
All I heard was like the whole gym.
Did the treadmill
Yeah.
just stop? Like
It did. I jumped, and then I pulled the phone out, but it's not even coming out. So I pulled it out, yeah, and the screen is just cracked. The screen's cracked.
was it bent or anything?
No, it still worked. In fact,
That's
I don't know how, but anyways, and then the other one, yeah, it was the iPhone 6s Plus. I was going home,
Yeah.
and this is the funny part. It had the screen protector on it.
Okay.
It had the screen protector on it.
Okay.
I drop it on the floor in the bus.
Mm.
Nothing happens to the screen protector, but its own screen cracks.
What?
Exactly. Can you imagine?
How's that possible?
I don't know.
You bought some dodgy screen protector. fam.
You know, but that's not common. The screen protector
Yeah,
is not broken, but the actual screen itself.
that's fucked. You got some dodgy screen protector, fam. Need to sort it
Yeah.
out. Yeah, I'm just scared. I don't know how to remove the screen protector because I feel like this
I
is
did
one of those
once.
sticky ones.
I did once, and then it actually like shattered into small pieces of
Yeah.
glass. So I think you have to do it like out when you're out, not in your house. It shatters into like
Because it's bare sticky, innit?
yeah.
Substance.
So
Yeah,
just
it's
be careful,
bad.
man. You know.
Anyways.
Dog.
Yeah, so the Pixel 3's got a couple problems with it. One of them being the brightness, and the battery life isn't great on it apparently. One of the biggest issues is using multiple apps. Now, if you use my phone and if you also just hold it up and see how many apps I've got open, I've got about 60 apps open. 60. Yeah, I've got so many apps open. But if you was to use 4 or 5 apps on the Google Pixel 3, it crashes.
Oh.
Some of the apps, whatever app you're on, will crash. So you need to make sure all of the apps are basically gone. So the phone's memory system can't hack that many apps open on the phone, which is a massive problem because I'm the type of person who I'm so lazy, I can't be bothered to shut down my apps, especially if I'm on something like the internet, because I've had experiences back in the days when I used to close the internet app and all my tabs would disappear. And that's annoying because I'm the type of guy that leaves tabs open for like years thinking that I'm going to go back on them. Have you ever done that? You just keep a tab open, you feel like, I'll come back to that.
What, on my phone?
Yeah.
Nah.
As in on the internet, when you go on the internet.
What do you mean? All right, cool. On like Safari? Or...
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. But I just don't. And then
Never. Let me
I've
go
seen
on.
a tab from last year.
Let me go on my tabs and let me tell you what I've got open. So, what is the best hits workout? That's from summer.
And did it work?
Nah. How to do high intensity interval training. Haven't used that in years. Not years, like a couple months. I used it a couple times when I used to go to the gym. Contact Us, the O2. Yeah, I was going to make a complaint after the Michael McIntyre incident. So I can get rid of that. I might still use the high intensity training one if I ever decide to go back to the gym. Chancellor's Highgate. That's a state agent. Saturday, Brentford School for Girls. Yeah, I use that. The Chancellor's one I do.
Related there to me.
Huh?
There's nothing relevant there to me.
What?
I don't know, for music or I don't know.
Remembrance Day 2018.
Nice English full breakfast, for example.
Zoho Mail. That's my email.
What's Zoho?
Zoho is the mail system that I use. My shitty laptop can't hack Outlook.
What?
Because I updated it, so I can't use the one that I illegally downloaded. Come and get me. Yeah, that's about it. So I haven't really got anything interesting on Safari. What have you got on your Safari one? Let's have a look.
But that's the thing. I've got that nature. See, I've got nothing.
So you got nothing on there. So
But
you're
you know
that guy
why?
that deletes it. That's good.
But why should I tell you why?
Go on, tell me why.
It just comes from me actually deleting the apps. So once I use it, it's gone. It's gone. I won't keep it there.
Yeah.
I won't keep it open.
Yeah.
Because I know it actually takes away my data, and it's not good.
Do you have enough memory on your phone? That's the big problem.
Yeah, that was a massive problem when I had the iPhone 6s.
Yeah.
Plus, but with this, it's not a problem at all. And I don't even know I don't know. Where is it? 64? What's yours?
I think mine's 64 as well.
Oh, then yeah.
But I've had issues, with my iCloud, where I've had to buy extra storage, like 1 terabyte of data.
How much was that?
From my iCloud? I think it's like 60p or 98p. It's gone up. It's gone up to £1.24p.
What is it, a month?
A month, yeah.
Oh, right.
I know it's nothing, but it's still like mad extortionary. I don't like it.
What do you have on your phone?
I've got thousands of pictures that I don't delete. Are you that guy who keeps photos? You take like hundreds of photos and you forget to delete them?
Well,
and sometimes you accidentally screenshot your phone. I do that all the time. Sometimes I screenshot my phone.
No, this happens a lot.
Yeah, a lot. And I can't be bothered to delete it, so I just leave it there.
No.
I must have at least a good 500 pictures that I don't need on my phone.
How many photos do you have on your phone right now?
Can you find out?
Of course. Come on.
Let me have a look.
It just says it there. Look.
Oh, 12,556.
Let me see how much I've got. I don't think I've got that much.
I've got bare.
All right, I've got... Wait, how much do you have?
12,556.
Wow, I've got 1,500.
I'm telling you, see? I've got a bad habit. I've got... Some of these pictures are from like 2000 and... I can find out for you. Some of these pictures are from 2008.
Wow.
A man said 2008. No, it can't be 2008.
That's a bit too much.
No, it's not. It's like 2014 to 2018. Bro, I've been with Apple 5 years.
I don't think I've been with Apple. Wait, how long have I been with Apple? I've been with
14,
Apple.
15, 16, 17.
3 years I've been with Apple. No, wait. 2.5 years I've been with Apple.
Because the first Apple phone that I got was the 4S. A white 4S.
No, hold up. I had the iPhone 3GS.
No way.
Yeah, I had an iPhone 3GS.
What was your first phone? Because I think I can remember my first phone. It was a Sony Ericsson.
My one was
But it was a brick one.
the LG, the one that slides from the
Yeah.
the side.
Oh yeah.
I had that. It was like a
wavy,
gadget. They
fam.
just slide and just
was
like the
wavy.
keyboard's there. It was like a gadget.
My first phone, I had to put an elastic band around the
Oh,
power
'cause
button.
The battery.
Yeah, the power button and the bottom bit, so that yeah, because it was mad dodge in it, and I bought it off someone
Yeah.
like second handed.
What was your second phone?
My second phone was an LG. It was an LG touchscreen, which was quite good. And then I got another LG, which was the one that I think you're talking about, where you flip up,
What,
and then
from
the
side?
keyboard, yeah, from the
Yeah,
side, and the keyboard pops out.
That was a cool phone.
I think that was probably the coolest phone
Yeah.
I've had.
My second phone was HTC.
Oh, I had a HTC.
Really?
HTCs were banging,
What did you have?
fam.
What did you have?
I had I can't remember.
I don't. What was it? Sunburst, something like that. No.
Nah, my HTC was cold. I need to find out
No,
which
I
one
had
it
a
was.
dead HTC.
It
Oh,
was so
Wildfire.
sick. I think my one was. Hold on, HTC
No, Wildfire's
Wildfire.
dead, man.
I think my one was Wildfire.
It's dead.
HTC
It was dead at the time
Wild.
either.
Oh, I didn't have that one, but there was another one that I had. It was like full black. It had the nicest design. It was so
No,
slick.
my one was like kind of like
It looked mad
brown?
sexy.
dark brown.
Yeah.
And then after that, I had iPhone 3GS. And then from there, I had Samsung Galaxy S2, Samsung Galaxy S3,
Yeah.
then iPhone 6s Plus, then
Here we go. It was
iPhone
this one.
X.
It was this one here.
Well,
was
I
it
just- I just-
HTC Desire?
Oh, Desire. Let me see.
Desire was so cold. Let me see. Let me show you the one in black. HTC Desire in black was the waviest phone. I think that's my favorite phone I've had. I banged that phone out, mate. That's when I felt like I had a proper fucking phone. £150, raw.
Well, it's still kind of.
It's still quite expensive,
got
but maybe
price.
it's the new. This is the newer version. So this is what it looks like.
Yeah, type in the thing. HTC Wildfire.
No, I've seen the Wildfire. This is the Wildfire. I
Let me
think I
see.
had that one for some time as well.
Really?
Yeah, I can't remember. I banged out a few HTCs. I remember that was my go-to phone.
Yeah, was that? Yeah, that was.
Yeah, that was the
yeah.
one. Yeah, I had this one as well, man. Yeah, HTCs were in
Oh.
back then.
I had a BlackBerry too.
I had a BlackBerry.
I don't
I'll put
remember
my
when.
hands up and I'll say it got robbed. It got robbed. I swear down. It was. Shall I tell you the story?
Who?
This story is fucked. This story is actually fucked.
Yeah, tell me.
I was in Wood Green.
Yeah.
And I was chilling there. I was waiting for someone,
Mhm.
and I was just waiting at the train station, and then these boys just walked past me. You know, bikes, hoodies, all that kind of stuff. And I'm young. I'm like, what, 15 or something like that. 15, 16. And I was that type of guy who was stunting quite a lot for no reason, because that's what you do as a teenager. So I was chilling there. I was just sitting there. I had my phone out, and I saw these boys walking past, and I got a bit intimidated, and so I put my head down. And then as all of them walked by, there was one guy at the back that was sort of the guy at the back in it. So I put my head up. I look at him. He looks at me. Comes towards me. He's like, what does he say to me? He goes, what you got for me? That's what he said. He walks towards me. He says, what you got for me? I'm just like, what? He's like, what you got for me? So I put my hands in my pocket. I take out like 2p and a packet of chewing gums. I was like, hey, this is what I got. And he's like, oh no, come walk with me. What ends you from? I'm just like, my mind was scrambling, because I'm just like, fuck, I'm in a bad area right now. I shouldn't be here.
It's Wood Green.
I need to, bro. Back then, man, Wood Green was a no-go zone, especially
Really?
when you went to a school in Haringey, because those two areas had a lot of conflict with each other. So, anyways, my mind was scrambling. I was like, I need to say a place which is neutral. So I said Islington. I'm from Islington, and then they were like, oh, so what you doing around there? So I said, no, I'm just waiting for a friend. Tell a lie. I didn't even say that I was waiting for a friend. I said I was waiting for a girl. Because I wanted to, like, you know, try and make it as legit as possible so that I could just get off the hook. And he was like, come walk with me. So I was just like, oh, like, come on, man, allow me, man, not today, innit? Like, I said to him, like, allow me. I was fucked. I was shitting myself. This was the first time I had bad interaction with, like, a group of youngsters. So one of the I think it was a Turkish guy. One of the Turkish guy from the front goes, oh no, it's cool, don't worry. One of my cousins got in a bit of trouble with a guy in a white Ralphie and some blue shorts. He was describing me. So I was like, no, I swear down, I haven't even been around there. I don't chill around there. And he's just like, no, just come around the corner, man. I just want to chat to you. So he takes me around the corner.
Why did you go around the corner though?
Brother, I couldn't do anything. There was like 5 of them. They all surrounded
You're
me.
next to a chain. Oh,
He
come on,
put
man.
his listen. He put his arm around me, got me around the corner, and then my man, he took me around the corner, and then my man, he was eating chips. The guy that was talking to me,
Oh, God.
and then he said to his friend, "Yo, hold this for me. Let me chat to this guy. Let me touch this guy." As soon as I saw the transaction between his hand, the chips going to the other guy, I dipped. I looked back because we were in a little corner road, innit?
Yeah.
We went from a main road to a corner road. I looked back. The moment I saw there was no one there, I ran. I pegged it. And I had my BlackBerry in it. The guy saw the BlackBerry. That's why he came over to me. I put the BlackBerry sort of down my trousers. And I ran. And all I could hear in the background, like, "Oi, get him." I ran down the high street. I was like, adrenaline was pumping through my body. I got on the first bus I could see, and I left. And I went back to ends, Crouch End, safe territory. You know, you play GTA, yeah? And you got places you don't go, and then you go like back to your home crib. I'm thinking about like San Andreas, where you go back to your little safe zone. I went back to Crouch End, and I was like, I'm safe. I was gassing myself up. I was like, "Oh, come and get me then." I was gassed. And then
you didn't take the phone.
Listen, and then I see two of I'm not gonna mention their names. I saw two friends, school friends
What,
in
from our
Crouch
school?
End. Yeah, they went to our school as us, and I don't care how people wanna see me as after I tell this story. It is what it is. It happened, didn't it? There's nothing I could do. I got off the bus. I saw them, and I was like, "Oh, I need to calm myself down." So I went over to them, and I was like, "Oh, guys, you never believe." And these two were, they had bad reputations in school, very bad reputation in school. So I went over to them, and I was like, I told them the story of what happened. I was like, "Oh yeah, so like my phone almost got robbed, this, that, and the other." And then they were like, "Oh, what phone you got?" Listen, I'm not done. I'm not done. Alright, so I go to them. "Oh no, it's just a BlackBerry, man. It's just a white BlackBerry." So like, "Oh, let me see." So there's three of them. They're sitting on a bench. It's in the community centre, the Crouch End, near the library, the open space,
Yeah.
near the bank, Barclays Bank.
Yeah.
Yeah. So right at the back here, they're sitting down, and I'm just like, "All right, cool." I go over to so I give them the phone. They're just having a look. We're still talking, like, yeah, that's what happened. Like, I bus out. I had to get on a bus. I just ran, and I was like, "I'll call you, man. I'm gonna bus out. I'm gonna go home now. Where's my phone? Who's got my phone?" Three of them are sitting. I was like, "What do you mean? We gave you your phone?" I was like, "No, you didn't. I just gave it to you. I gave it to you lot to have a look. One of you's got it." It's like, "Nah, bro. I swear to God, I gave you your phone back. Check your pockets. You've got it. You put it somewhere." I knew, fam. I knew. Oh, Gus. I stood there, and I was like, these man have got my phone, and there is literally nothing I can do. There's three man sitting in front of me, three fucking badasses who will fuck me up if I try anything. There is literally nothing I can do. The third boy that was there didn't go to our school. He was an older guy, but this guy he had a very bad reputation in the area, and he was looking at me in it, like, kind of like watching me, like giving me that look, like, "Don't you fucking dare." So I was like, fuck, there's nothing I can do. So I looked at them. I was like, all right, cool. Turned my back, walked away, went home. The irony is mad.
Yeah, but
Having run away from a place where I was most likely to get robbed, to then get robbed right in front of my face in the safest place, that's fucked. That is literally fucked. And then my phone got passed around in school. My man sold it to someone else. That guy had the phone. "Yo, my guy, that's my phone." No, someone sold it to me. I don't give a fuck. It's my phone. And this whole kerfuffle with this phone. And at the end of the day, I never saw that phone again.
but the thing is, like, did they have because they had, like, I don't know, like messages in the phone, or I don't know, like something private.
They couldn't unlock it because it was locked.
Yeah.
So they probably had to hard reset it.
Oh, okay.
Back then, you didn't have that kind of security on phones where you could just...
No, if you, like, come on, with an iPhone.
Now with an iPhone, you're fucked. You have to get it out of the country to... Even then.
No, you it won't work. What you
Even
do?
then, yeah.
You call Apple, and they just, like, block the phone.
Yeah,
Nothing will
that's
happen.
it. Yeah.
Brick phone.
That's it. It's useless.
Brick phone. So that's what I don't think they even bother to steal iPhones anymore.
Yeah. So yeah, that was my bit of story
it's like
time.
like a tragic comedy there.
It was mad. I couldn't believe what happened. And I had to stick to for the next few months. I had to stick to that story that I got robbed in Wood Green. I couldn't tell anyone the truth.
Of course you won't.
I was so embarrassed, and I had to see these guys' faces
Every
for
day.
the next like 2 years.
Every day.
Yeah, and it got to a point where it was like I didn't chat to them, they didn't chat to me. But later down the years, when you mature, you're just like, oh, it is what it is, isn't it? And then I was just like, right, cool, fuck it. I was never cool with them on that level, but it was like there was mutual sort of understanding.
Stealing something else, man.
Trade
like,
of
like a
relation.
fight,
Yeah, but
there's
they
a
were
chance
like
of
that.
you guys being bros again. But
Yeah.
if stealing is something else.
Yeah, man, it's mad. But it's cool. One of them is in jail at the minute, so
Oh, okay.
it goes to show, isn't it? Mad.
Okay.
So yeah, we were talking about the Google Pixel 3 before we got carried away. Basically, it's an okay phone, and at £650. Is it worth getting? Probably not, because you want something which is going to be sustainable that you're going to be able to keep for the next few years. I can't wait to get rid of this phone already, and I still got a year. Have I still got a year? I got longer than a year.
You have, my friend, a year and a half. Same with me.
Mad.
Actually, a bit less than a year.
Because
and a half.
my ones are in April.
Yeah, same.
Mad. I don't even know if I'm going to
man,
get it.
yours not in April, it's in March.
Oh yeah, so it's a month
We
before,
both
isn't it?
got it in March.
So I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to put up with this piece of shit. Well, it's not even shit, but I just get bored easily.
How is this a piece of shit? This
It's
is not a piece
alright.
of shit. This is a masterpiece.
I think the iPhone, what is it, XS? The upgrade, the latest one that I've just. Oh, do you want to pick up the phone?
No, it's fine.
The latest one that just came out is a piece of shit because it's exactly the same as this one. Anyway, let's move on. So we're gonna move on to the fight scene, the boxing arena. Floyd Mayweather. This is mad funny, fam. Floyd. What are you doing with yourself, my guy?
Yeah, what is he doing?
What are you doing with yourself, my guy? Floyd Mayweather earlier this week decided that he was going to announce a fight with a kickboxer in the Japanese fighting league. Hold on. Yeah, I was going to do that, you know. I need to do a little Instagram
Alright,
story
my friend.
promotion quickly so
you
that
can do
people
it.
know that I'm about. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. No, hold on. I need to do that video again. I don't want to put the flash on. I feel like the flash on makes it look shit. Okay, cool. All right, we're out here. It's mad dark.
Yeah, very dark.
I'm gonna. Oh no, I can't even put the light on.
Here's your light, my friend.
Hold
Here's
on.
your light.
I'll put the light on. Yeah, there you go. You turn off. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize about this, but you know, promotions are very key in order for us to grow. So bear with me for 10 seconds whilst I do this. Yes. We're live in the cut. We're 1 hour in, and it's mad. It's mad.
Very, very mad.
Cool. How fake am I when I'm doing stories?
You're so fake when you do stories, man. I just like
It's hella forced, isn't
it's
it?
bothering me.
Sometimes you have to like.
But it's just too fake.
What should I caption it? Podcast in the cut.
Hashtag fake.
Podcast in the cut. Does that even make sense?
No.
Doesn't, does it? It's fine. I'm gonna keep it like this. I don't think anyone cares, to be honest. Anyways, Floyd Mayweather, my guy, come on, what are you doing? Please explain to me. Mayweather earlier this week announced his fight with Japanese kickboxer Tenshin Nasukawa for New Year's Eve. Now, this guy, I want to talk about this guy a little bit. He's 20 years old, the featherweight world champion, ranked 8th in the world by Combat Press, and undefeated in all 27 fights since 2014. So in the last 4 or 5 years, he's had 27 fights. He's been undefeated in all of them, and he's only 20 years old, my guy.
And he does MMA.
He does MMA as well. I think he's got a record of 4 wins.
And if
0 defeats.
Floyd was to fight him, because MMA is
He would
else,
get
man.
fucked up.
He would.
Now listen,
He would.
3 days after the televised press conference, so they had a televised press conference where they sat down and all the details got released. Mayweather backs out of the fight, claiming that he was blindsided by the promoter regarding the nature of the event. So on Instagram, Mayweather claimed that he'd agreed to a 3-round fight purely for a small group of wealthy spectators for a very large fee, with no mention of an official fight. So he was under the impression that he was going to fight in a closed door ring with a few wealthy guys paying hella bucks, but no televised,
No televised.
no media, no television, none of that shit. It was going to be private behind closed doors. So if he was to get fucked up, no one would know about it.
Exactly. Yeah.
He was confused with the new direction the fight was going in, because when he got to the press conference, this was all this massive hype. However, some people might think this a bit fishy, because Rising, which is the Japanese mixed martial arts organization that organized this fight, posted a video on their Twitter promoting the fight 4 hours before Mayweather even announced the cancellation of the fight. So for me, that shows that Mayweather knew all along that this was going to be a televised fight.
Yep.
That they had this marketing and all of this promotional stuff lined up, ready to be released
But
after the press conference. And as soon as he heard the fact that this was going to be mixed martial arts, it wasn't just going to be boxing, he got cold feet and his balls shriveled up, and he said, you know what, fuck this, my pride is bigger. I want to ask you a question. Do you think Mayweather is running out of cash?
it might be, because obviously, if someone's gaining that much money,
Yeah.
he's obviously going to have so much spending.
He's 41 years old, and he announced his retirement after the Pacquiao fight. Since beating McGregor, he's been teasing comebacks against Pacquiao and Khabib.
Do you remember what McGregor said
What?
in one of the conferences?
What did he say?
He said something like, I know you need this money
For
for your taxes or for something. I don't know. What is it? Do you
I
remember?
think it's hella booky and fishy that Mayweather at the age of 41 is still looking for fights. And he has the power to fight whoever he wants, because anyone who fights him knows that they're getting a very big payday.
Yeah.
But why? I mean, and I looked into this a little bit. Or I just did one Google search. And I found out that his net worth ranges from $700 million to $1 billion. Now, why, if you're in that position, do you need to fight more? Unless you are going through some financial problems where your cash flow is running down into the ground.
It might be that case, or it might be just greed. The more you gain, the more you want.
I don't know. I don't think in Mayweather's position you wouldn't need any more.
Yeah.
I literally think the lifestyle that he lives, he doesn't have enough to finance himself. But he's almost a billionaire.
Yeah. So it just might be greed, but then again, why would McGregor say that in the press conference? Because I know you need the money, and it's for something, but I don't know.
I know you need the money, Floyd. Don't fuck about with me. Fucking bald-headed man. Shout out to McGregor, do you know what? Yeah, I actually have massive respect for McGregor after the response he's given from the defeat of the fight. It takes a certain character to react positively to that kind of defeat, and he is literally being himself since he got fucked up
by Khabib.
by Khabib. I mean, there's no discussion to be had when we're talking about who won and how badly did they lose.
Yeah.
Everyone saw McGregor get fucked up differently, and I had this debate with my brother, and he was like, no, Mayweather, not Mayweather, sorry, McGregor was good, yeah, he did a lot of grappling, this, that. No, listen, we all watched the same thing. He got fucked up differently. But he is reacting very well to that defeat. And I do see him coming back very, very soon. And I will go as far as to say that if he fights Khabib again, he might win.
He might. Because he might be more...
Because his mindset is amazing.
Yeah. He might win this time because he'll be more ready, more programmed, because he's already faced him before.
Yeah.
He'll know what to do and when to do.
Well, Mayweather, who's going to fight next? He's got McGregor. He's got Pacquiao. He's got Khabib. He's got who else has he got? He's the other guy. Not Triple G. Alvarez. He's got Alvarez.
Canelo.
who signed the most lucrative deal in sports history.
Mm.
So he's got a lot of people he can fight, and I think Mayweather's only got 2 years in him. Moment you turn 43, 44, and why would you risk your perfect 50 win record for cash?
50. Just leave at your prime.
Yeah, just leave. I mean, even when he came back at 49 to face McGregor, it was like, come on, you're forcing it.
Yeah.
Like, you're forcing the sell.
What can you do?
People are stupid enough to invest in it. If Mayweather was to fight again, I wouldn't be interested.
I would not be interested.
I don't think I'd watch the fight.
I'd prefer KSI versus Logan Paul.
Trust me. Yeah, trust me. Again, that rematch.
Yeah.
Imagine it ends in a draw again. Oh,
Yeah.
God.
I'd prefer that.
It was a two fight deal anyway. But have you seen Logan Paul's beard?
Yeah, I've seen
He's
it.
grown out. What do you think? I think it looks alright.
It just beard is something masculine,
Yeah, he looks like a caveman, innit?
and it just doesn't suit his tone of voice, and
Yeah, still got a baby voice.
it just doesn't suit the stuff he does, like the actions he does in the videos. It's just I don't know.
Bit of a waste, man. What can you do?
He's the best guy I've ever seen in the media.
Yeah,
I love him so much.
very entertaining.
Logan Paul.
Logan.
That was a joke.
Anyways,
Buy a Maverick.
be a maverick. Anyway, so Mayweather isn't gonna fight this guy because this kid would literally kick his face off.
Yeah, he would.
This
he would.
Japanese guy,
Yeah.
fam, I saw a couple videos of him and he is next level. He's got some really powerful legs. And I saw some of his workout routines, like when you do press ups, you just do normal press ups.
Yeah.
Have you seen those press ups where you do the press up and then you jump up and clap?
Yeah.
My man was doing these press ups where he'd jump up, he'd clap forward, backwards,
Bro.
forward,
No, that's a bit. No.
and then go down.
Okay. No, all right. That's something else.
I want to show you.
I don't want to see it.
It's
'Cause
so
I'm just gonna be embarrassed
fucked,
of
bruv.
myself.
This guy is literally a monster.
I legit don't want to even see it.
And do you know what the scary part is?
What?
He's only 20 years old.
Yeah, he's 3 years younger than me.
He's 20 years old. Tension. Let me see if I can find this video because this is absolutely fucking crazy. And the kicks that he does is... And he's just a normal guy. He likes anime, he plays the guitar, he's just a kid, he's not dangerous, like he's not someone who you'd want to stay away from. Let's have a look at this. Look at these guys, fam. That's normal, yeah. That's not even fast. It's the video hasn't even been like fast forwarded. Look how fast his hands are.
Yeah, if I
Cause
can't imagine maybe
these Japanese man are on a next level. Yo, I wanna see the one where he does the press ups, cause that one was fucking wavy. You know when you go to the gym and you've been working out for years and you see shit like that and you're like, what the fuck have I been doing all these years?
I just want to do like that rich man laugh.
Oh my god, is it this? No, it's not.
Totally. Agreed. I wonder what Rico's doing right now.
Oh, man like Rico, man, we miss you, bro. Please come back.
I don't miss him. That guy didn't answer my calls yesterday.
Them ones when they don't
And
answer
then he
your
messaged
calls.
me saying, I'm busy.
Them ones when you see someone calling you and you're like, nah, I'm not gonna pick up.
Yeah. I do that to people. But I hate when it's done on me.
Yeah, I do that occasionally.
To me?
I do that when I'm driving to you.
Yeah,
I just lock
know.
off.
And then I call you on WhatsApp.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like, bro, what's wrong with this guy? Anyway, I can't find this video, so fuck it.
Yeah, so forget it. Yeah.
Forget it, because
Forget it.
if you want to check it out, just go on his Instagram, man. This guy's
If
Next
I
level.
Maverick.
be a maverick.
No, it's buy a Maverick or two at the end. Buy a Maverick, so on, so on.
Okay, I
I
don't
think
know
I
what
might
that
buy
means. Huh?
Shall we buy one together?
A maverick, a
Yeah.
bird. I don't like birds. I'm scared of birds. Scared of anything that's not a human being. Actually, tell a lie. I'm scared of human beings more than anything. Now, let's move on from this because Floyd Mayweather's obviously on the next flex. We don't know what he's on. He's a bit of a pussy for backing out his fight. He should have just fighted the guy. Imagine how Imagine how much of a fucking idiot you look like. You go to the press conference, you're like, yeah, it's going to be an amazing fight. I'm going to go in there and do my thing. He's going to do his thing. He's an amazing athlete. I can't wait to do this. A day later, yeah, no, we're shutting it down. Still can't be getting into a fight I didn't know anything about. Bro, you just sat there. You just told the whole world what was going to happen.
Yeah.
What a fucking idiot. Anyway, moving back into the music side of the world. The EMA Music Awards happen in Spain. I'm not going to talk much about this. I just want to go into sort of the awards and who won stuff. So this was the 25th MTV Europe Music Awards, and it was hosted in Spain. It was a music award that represented all genres. So it wasn't specifically hip hop or pop or R&B or anything like that. There was all different types of genres. But some of the artists who were nominated for awards, we got Ariana Grande, Post Malone, Camila Cabello, Drake, Dua Lipa, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, etc., etc. So they got their nominations. Nicki Minaj surprisingly won Best Hip Hop Award.
What?
Ahead of Drake, Migos, Travis Scott, and this is gonna shock you, Eminem.
Oh my! Has she paid someone to get that award?
Do you know what? I legit think they gave it to her because they feel bad about all the shit that's been happening to her lately.
Her last album for me was just trash.
I didn't like her last album at all.
Oh, what the hell?
She had to cancel her fucking tour because they wasn't selling enough tickets, saying that she was gonna redo her tours next year.
I remember at some point Justin Bieber,
Yeah.
had to cancel the events because he was going through something mentally.
Yeah.
That all these events was too much, and the concerts he would do, my friend, is not like at O2 Indigo. It would be like arenas,
man.
Yeah, Purpose Tour was it, something like that. The guy, oh man, the money he made.
Yeah, he's living, man. He's very young as well.
What do you think about his wife?
I don't know anything about her, to be honest. Not really interested either.
Only bolded.
I don't really get interested in models. I have no interest in models.
Yeah, same. I don't like models.
They're all so they're all the
Fake.
same.
They're all fake.
It's like not about their
I hate them all.
personality, but I'm just
joking.
talking about the way they look. Like they all look the same.
Yeah, they're all. Oh my
They don't
God.
appeal to me
I need to be
whatsoever.
slim.
Models are like probably the last type of girls that I'd go for.
I don't think you're in the right state to be talking about what you.
I'm just saying, generally speaking, like my personal what's the word I'm looking for? I'm gonna change the sentence. Me personally, I think they would be at the bottom of my list. Models. I wouldn't go for models because models are all the same. Camila Cabello won 4 awards, including Best Artist, Best Song, and Best Video. Your boy Shawn Mendes also won an award.
Yes, my brother.
He won Best Live Award.
Yeah,
Which suits him.
His live is.
His live events are amazing.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Because he's got the voice.
No, he knows how to entertain the crowd with music, not with like acting up and so on.
Yeah.
Nah, with music, he does music.
I was surprised Drake didn't win an award. But Drake,
Enough of Drake, fam. Enough.
I don't think awards, organizations want to give him any awards because he never shows up for any of them.
Really.
He doesn't show up for any of them. No award show that he shows up for. Anytime that he wins, it's like, where's Drake?
Not even a Grammy. Come on.
Oh, do you know what? I'll be serious with you. Last time when he won a Grammy, I don't think he showed up. They sent the Grammy award to his house, and then he videoed opening up. And this was what album was this, man? His third album? How have I forgotten? This was one of my favorite albums. Nothing Was the Same? Is that it? Did I get that right? Nothing Was the Same, yeah. That's when he opened his album, his Grammy award. So yeah, EMA awards in Spain, not really that big to be honest. Again, Nicki Minaj winning Best Hip Hop was a massive
That was just a funny
scam.
joke. It's funny,
Yeah.
man. How could that even happen?
Yeah, yeah, that's mad. That's just crazy, fam. She did not deserve any bit of credibility this year. She fucked up this year differently.
Yeah, she did.
Cardi B has taken over as the best female.
Yeah,
in hip-hop.
of course.
Nicki Minaj is like the dust. It's like the award of the dust in the corner that you forget to polish.
That's kind of harsh.
No, it's true though. I don't rate her, and the way that she's handled this Cardi B situation, she has made it. She is a queen in the hip hop industry, and she has literally made herself to look like an absolute waste man. That's the only word. That's the only word I can think of. She looks like a fucking waste man right now, because for someone to put this much energy into a newcomer like Cardi B, like if I was in Nicki Minaj's shoes, I'd be like, whatever, fam. I'm not bothered about this girl. She's talented. She's got, you know, all the right things.
I'll work with her.
Yeah.
But
she fucked
But
it
I
up,
told
fam.
you why, though. I told you why. It's the only 2 females in the industry.
No,
right?
they should be working together.
No, they won't. Never. Never. Name an industry where this is the case and 2 females are working together.
I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. Ladies, man, come on. All you feminists out there, man, come on. Come on.
Fix up.
I advocate feminism to some extent. But this is ridiculous. This is you lot, man, being absolutely ripped to pieces. Anyway, we'll move on to some very serious topics now.
Yes, let's move soon because I'm getting hungry.
All right, cool. No, there's some very important topics coming up that we need to discuss, and some things that actually matter in society. You know, we come on here and we talk a lot about hip hop. We talk a lot about, you know, sports and entertainment and things that, you know, have been trending on a weekly basis. But what we tend to forget about is the things that really matter in society, the things that happen on a weekly basis that have an impact on the people that we, you know, share this world with on a daily basis. And that's why the next few things that we're going to talk about are really, you know, quite hard hitting, really quite personal, and also just borderline important. And you know, I wanna delve deep into these things and really go to the crux of some of these issues that we're having. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about is Remembrance Sunday, which is today. Yep. And the point that, I mean, the debate that I've been hearing a lot this week is centered around the poppy and wearing of the poppy. So I want to talk about, you know, the significance of Remembrance Sunday, but also the highly glorified action of wearing a poppy for the purpose of the Remembrance Sunday, and how it's been hijacked in the last, I don't know, 10 years maybe, wearing a poppy and, you know, linking it to Remembrance Sunday, when in fact, you know, they're two sort of very different things if anyone was to know about this kind of things. But because we are ignorant human beings, we're led to believe wearing the poppy is so, you know, crucial and important to Remembrance Sunday. So I want to talk a little bit about that, and I'm going to go into a little bit more detail about what Remembrance Sunday is for anyone that's listening, and for people that, you know, might not know what the significance of Remembrance Sunday is. So Remembrance Sunday is a day that commemorates the contribution of British and Commonwealth military and civilian servicemen and women in the 2 world wars and later conflicts. That is the simplified sort of blurb of what a Remembrance Sunday is. What's known as the Armistice Day, it's also called the Armistice Day, is commemorated every year on the 11th of November at 11 a.m. and it's to mark the armistice signed agreement between the Allies of World War I and Germany to stop hostilities on the Western Front. So during World War I, obviously, you know, millions of people died from fighting for freedom of right, freedom of expression, and it was ended on the 11th of November, 1918.
Can I just interrupt?
Yes, go for it.
I think that whole thing you said, you know, freedom of right, so on, that's a World War II.
No, it was also World War I.
World War I was another reason.
World War I was more to do with the alliance system that was set up, where all countries were forced to be pulled into the war because of something that happened, which was unfortunate.
Prince got killed, murdered, and then from there it just started. And then
So it was shambles. Remembrance poppies are laid down on memorials, and a 2-minute silence is held at 11 a.m., which was when the First World War ended, as I said. The service itself lasts about 2 hours. Now, the poppy, which had no correlation to the World War One or the World War Two, was first introduced in 1921 as a symbolic representation for Remembrance Day. So it's a symbolic piece of item that helps people remember and pay respects to those who passed away in World War One. However, actually, I'll go into my however a little bit later. The wearing of the poppy, this was first inspired by the World War One poem called In Flanders Fields, which talks about growing fields of poppies where soldiers died in battle. And this was an American poem. So this wasn't originated in the UK. This was originated in America. This was later promoted by American professor Moyna Michael, who advocated the wearing of poppies as a symbol of remembrance for American soldiers who died in the war. So this wearing of the poppy notion has been pushed by an American professor in America, but it was later adopted in parts of the British Empire. Today, they're mostly used in UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. And basically, the way that it came about, they were first produced in France, and then when we advocated it a little bit more, the production of poppies were moved over to Britain. They're sold by the Royal British Legion, which is a charity that provides financial, social, and emotional support for ex and current British armed service men and women. And the RBL claim that the poppy is their trademark, and they say that they're worn, or they're supposed to be worn, to commemorate the sacrifices of the armed forces throughout all battles, all conflicts, and also to show respect and support for those that are serving today. So we can see a change of direction from what a poppy was represented in the 1920s to how it's been represented later by the Royal British Legion. Now, there's been some growing controversy with wearing the poppy. Some argue that the poppy appeal has become excessive, that it's being used to marshal support behind British military campaigns, and that it's become compulsory for public figures. Those public figures who don't wear poppies are interpreted as those not concerned for the war dead, almost as an unpatriotic act of treachery. There's most definitely, I would say, a political correctness about the red poppy, about wearing the poppy, about the significance of wearing the poppy, and if you don't wear a poppy, you're automatically seen as someone who's not giving respect to the dead. Journalist Robert Fisk, he argued that wearing the poppy in this time of the year became a fashion accessory where people would wear it for social and work-related reasons, to look patriotic when it suited them. Right-wing groups have used the poppy as a symbol of militant British nationalism, whilst others have rejected it as a symbol of Western imperialism, which we can see in today's day and age. White poppies were introduced as an alternative. Because of all of this controversy with the red poppies, they introduced white ones in the late 30s, I think, and this was used to remember all war casualties, not just those that served the armed forces, but those that were killed in battle, regardless of whether they were in the army or not. But this pissed a couple of the people off. People were offended by the use of white poppies, so a lot of people would just stick to the red ones. Recently, Matic, Man United midfielder, he explained why he wasn't going to wear the poppy, stating that it reminded him of the NATO bombing of what was called Yugoslavia when he was growing up in the 90s. So I want to ask you what your thoughts on wearing the poppy on Remembrance Sunday, but also the weeks leading up to Remembrance Sunday. Has it ever appealed to you that you as a British citizen you have that sort of patriotic duty of wearing a poppy in order to show respect for those that are, killed in battle?
You don't really have to wear a poppy to show respect.
Well, yeah. So that's basically the crux of the argument here, isn't it?
So is it like you wear a poppy and then you show respect, but if you don't wear a poppy, you don't show respect?
But
is that what it is?
That's sort of the biggest problem that we've got right now in society, where automatically...
Can I tell you what it is?
Go on.
I think it's just all money, man.
It is.
It's just all money.
It is. And someone who wears the poppy and someone who advocates the poppy would say to you, actually, by purchasing a poppy, you're helping the ex-military men and women who served the country who are now out of the army. Some of them are homeless. Some of them are having financial problems and whatnot.
They're called veterans.
Say that again.
They're called veterans.
Yeah, veterans. So by purchasing a poppy, you're helping them to better their lives. But my comeback to that would be, what the fuck are you doing for the 11 months of the year that you're not purchasing a puppy? If you're so concerned about the people on the streets, the veterans on the streets, those that have was it PTSD, post-traumatic
Yeah.
yeah?
Okay, yeah.
Those that have PTSD, those that come back, and those that are homeless, what are you doing for them for the rest of the 11 months? Because I'll tell you one thing, I don't wear a poppy, and I don't like to get into this whole business of November the 11th, paying respects, 2-minute silence. I'm not about any of that. I'm about really being concerned about what is happening in our society. People today are not concerned about what is happening in our society. They're more concerned about following a trend, carrying that trend out and being a part of the pack of the sheeps, rather than really all year round having deep thoughts about what is happening and what solutions we can give to these problems. And that's really what bothers me when I hear people, because, like I said, when I'm on my way to work, I listen to LBC and I hear these crackheads callers, and they're really passionate about wearing the poppy and how disrespectful it is to not show your respect and your remembrance to those that passed away, that have given you your rights to live in this country peacefully with human rights and the rest of it. I just don't get why a poppy is so symbolically important. The poppy wasn't even introduced in the UK. It's not even something that directly links into World War One. Do you know what I mean? I want you to comment on it. In Turkey, what is it like? How do you pay your respects to war vets, people that passed away?
In Turkey?
Yeah.
There is no such thing as a poppy wearing this, wearing that, wearing...
So what is it? What do you guys do?
Wearing that, it doesn't do anything.
Exactly my point.
It doesn't do anything.
Exactly my
point. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean if you show respect just for one day in a year.
Yeah, well, I mean...
It's stupid. It's stupid. It's stupid. That's what they would say in Turkey, 100%.
Yeah.
That's what they say in Turkey.
And that's, again, that's something that's triggered, me to feel really, really annoyed, because what you just said now was, wearing a poppy for one day is it's ludicrous to think that if you wear a poppy for one day and you take 2 minutes of your time in a day to remember these people, that is defined as respect.
Yeah.
In today's day and age.
Rather than that, if you don't wear a poppy, yeah, but if you actually research into World War One or World War Two or whatever, and read actually what really went down and what happened, and that's not classified as respect.
Look, the way society is shaped today, fam, it's fucked.
Thing is, I don't wear a poppy.
No, neither do I.
I don't wear a poppy, but I know what really happened in World War One.
Exactly.
Forget all the leaders, forget all the empires and the sultans or whatsoever, but let me tell you what happened in World War One. 2 different trenches here. On one side, you have the Anzacs, or the Australians, and the British. And on the other side, you have the Ottoman soldiers. All right? These 2 fighting to death. Okay? And then, it's winter or it's Christmas or whatsoever. These 2 armies would meet up in the middle and share cigarettes together. People who actually wear the poppy, do they even know about this?
And that's the point that I wanted to make.
Not just Turkish or Ottoman.
Yeah.
This happened more frequently with the British and the Germans.
Yeah.
In Christmas, these guys celebrate Christmas together and played football.
Yeah.
In the no man's land.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, come on now. And you wearing a poppy means you should respect that.
It boggles my mind when I hear stuff like, I'm wearing the poppy because I want to show respect. I'm patriotic. Yeah, I respect the servicemen, women who gave their lives. if I'm being honest with you, I don't think you give a shit about what these men and women did for this
Yeah.
country, because if you did, you would take the time out, and as you very well said, you would take the time out to research, to look into, to educate yourself as to what caused World War One, why it happened, what happened during the war, and the repercussions of the war. And what I would advocate to the British government would be to use November the 11th as a day where we educate citizens of what actually happened on that day, rather than having a day. I mean, okay, good. It's all good and well. You know, we spend 2 minutes remembering what happened, but why can we not sit down and have a conversation about what happened? I would think that's a far more,
Yeah.
practical way to pay respects to those that gave their lives for this
Yeah, of
country.
course, yeah.
Rather than remembering them, sit down, learning about what happened, what caused World War One, what caused the massacre of millions of people. Some of them, blindsidedly going into war, knowing that they would die because their generals would send them, knowing that they would
Yeah.
be sacrificed.
Yeah. I know so much people say, yeah, we did that, mate. We charged into them. Yeah, we murked it all. Nah, man, shut up, man. Just sit down, innit?
It annoys me.
Instead of, and those guys do not know what actually went down in World War One
No,
or in World War Two.
no.
And
And
actually, forget World War Two because that's a bit of a.
Yeah, World War Two is
It's completely based on racism.
Yeah.
What not? I mean, Nazi Germany.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
a World War One is actually, it's tragic. It's sad. World War One is actually a sad war.
it was bound to happen.
But it's a very, very, very sad war.
Yeah.
Like World War Two. All right. I mean, you have
World
like
War
a
Two
central power.
Yeah, World War Two countries had they made the conscious decision to go into war. World War One was countries being dragged into war.
Yeah, exactly.
They didn't have a choice.
It's so tragic. It is very, very it's very tragic, and it's just so sad.
Men
like-
being forced to go to war.
Yeah, and it's just so sad. Like I just explained it. Like on one side you have the British, and on the other side you have Germans, and then these guys would just shoot bullets at each other.
Yeah.
And then it's Christmas, and then they would just meet up in no man's land, and then just give like their foods to
How
each other.
fucked
And then,
is that? Can you
and
imagine?
then
They go back to trying to kill each other.
yeah, legit.
And
Same thing happened in Gallipoli in Turkey. So on one side you have the Australians and the British against the Ottomans.
Yeah.
And then yeah. So during the day they would have battle.
Yeah.
During the night they would have battle. In the mornings, you know how it would be.
Go on.
These guys would, I mean, from the Ottoman side and the British side, they would go to no man's land and try, take their bodies. And then whilst they're at it, they would share a cigarette together. And then they'd go back to the trenches and fight again.
Isn't it weird? Yeah. Well, let's try and process this. Yeah. You have two trenches opposite each other, fighting with each other, shooting each other, and then there is an agreement at this specific time. Everyone will stop shooting, and then they will go out and collect dead bodies, and then they would bring them back. How crazy! And then afterwards, you'd continue fighting.
Yeah.
Just try and process that in your head. That's the craziest thing ever. To shoot someone, it's like a game. It's almost like a video game.
Yeah.
You're shooting at each other. You're trying to get your kill. And then at this time, you have to stop killing. You have to go out there, collect dead bodies, come back, and then continue fighting.
I mean,
So the man that you see who you're trying to kill, you're literally meters away from him. Oh, how's it going? Or whatever. You give your eye contact with him. You're collecting body. You see him. You go back, and then you try to kill him again.
There's you know what? Let me tell you another story.
Go on.
It's actually famous. If you were to go to Gallipoli,
Mm.
it's in western Turkey.
Mm.
One of the first things you'll see is a statue
Mm.
of a Turkish soldier carrying a British soldier.
Wow.
And it's actually based off a true story. So basically, in one night, well, actually no, wait. So there was a conflict going on, a combat going on between from morning to evening to night, and then, what the Turkish side can hear and also the British side can hear someone screaming saying "Help me!"
Mhm.
That's left in the no man's land,
Mhm.
in English, and then what one of the Turkish soldiers does gets a white flag.
Mhm.
And wraps around the stick and then just goes out saying
Yeah.
I'm going to help this guy.
Yeah.
And then he carries the soldier and then takes it all the way to the British side and then comes back to the trench.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. I mean, and then you would find guys saying, if you don't wear it properly, you would not, respect this.
And the irony of it all is that the day where we're all supposed to be thinking about those that have given their lives for this country, and really a day where we all should be collectively, you know, together as one, being a group of people who are, you know, a unit as a country. And I'm speaking about this in a national sort of tone. A day where everyone should be all together, hand in hand. You know, a pack has almost turned into a day where everyone has separated themselves from one another. Sort of those nationalists against those liberals, those patriotics against those unpatriotics. Really, it should have been a day where people stand together as one, as a country, to think about those that have passed away, to educate themselves about why this day happened. But we see so many debates that come up and controversies come up when, you know, when this time of the year comes up. You know, why aren't you wearing a poppy? Why do you think it's right to wear a poppy? I mean, who gives a damn about whether you wear a poppy?
Let me tell you something else.
Yeah,
I
go
just
on.
remembered. This is not again me trying to do something, but what they do in Gallipoli.
Yeah.
Each year. It's once a year they do this. Is to basically remember the battles and people who actually passed away, died in that battle. What they do, they have guests from the UK and from Australia to Gallipoli to stay over for a night, but not in a hotel, to stay in the trenches. You get me? So they stay all together in a trench.
Okay.
Now, so like in modern day. And in order to, you know, and also they give him food. That's like, you know, to soup. That's all they get, soup, because of course at the time, I think there was a crisis going on in World War One, and so they would give him like minimal food to feel like as if they're in battle. And yeah, so that's what they do. And I don't know, instead of doing something like that, they just say, here's a poppy.
There's so many things that they could do rather than, you know, bunch up together with a bunch of poppies and lay them down at a memorial. Yeah, as you said, you could literally you could treat this day as a day where you go out to feed these ex-veterans, to really celebrate the lives of these individuals who gave their lives for this country.
Yeah.
Rather than, you know, having such a division in society. It's all very sad. And what pisses me off is how big the country's made this day. Its significance is so important. You need to go out there and attend a memorial. You need to, you know, take part in these rituals. And if you don't, then you're deemed as that person who's an outsider, who's an outcast. I think it's really poisonous. And I think we as a society have a responsibility to, you know, firstly, educate ourselves about what happened. Secondly, talk about these events. And thirdly, really and truly do something practical that makes good use of this day, rather than use it as a day where we divide ourselves into packs of nationalists, patriotics against liberals and those who are anti-poppy. We'll move away from that and we'll move on to something a little bit more foreign, which is the American midterm elections and Trump's racist advertisement.
I haven't seen the advertisement.
It's fucked. I saw it, and you know, there's real issues with it. Let me go through some information about this. So these elections, these midterm elections, they take place every 4 years in the middle of the president's 4-year term, and this midterm election was to vote for new members of Congress. So Congress is basically the equivalent of the Parliament in UK. So in the UK, we have the Conservatives and we have the Labour, and the British people. And there's obviously other parties as well, Lib Dems and all of that kind of stuff. And the UK get to vote. So the way it works here is that we vote for our local MP, and then they get collected throughout the whole of the country, and whoever has the majority, they get to form a government, and the leader of that government, the leader of that party then becomes prime minister. So in America it's a little bit different. The president is selected. The president becomes the president for 4 years, and obviously unless he's impeached. So the midterm election was basically to vote for new members of Congress. again, like I said, same thing as Parliament. They have two houses: House of Representatives and Congress. No, not Congress. House of Representative and the Senate. Sorry, yeah. So yeah, and the way that the laws are passed in that country is the same as this country. You present it to the to Congress, and then the majority of the House, whoever the majority of the House vote for, then the law is passed. Yeah. So you present a bill, and then the House votes for it, and the majority, whatever the majority of the House votes for, then it goes that way. Now, before the vote, the Republicans, which is Trump's party, had control of both houses. The Democrats were hoping to win enough votes so that they could block or delay Trump's plans. So if you have a house full of Democrats, which is the other party, then anything that Trump wants to get passed, he needs to...
Yeah. I get.
Yeah, so it will be problematic for him. So the result of this vote would effectively draw out the rest of Trump's presidency. Now the polls, the votes are over now. The polls before the voting happened, polls suggested that Trump's Republicans would lose a lot of seats and the Democrats would gain a majority. However, the results showed that the Democrats won the House of Representatives, which is like the House of Commons. But the Republicans did tighten their grip around the Senate. So the Senate is the second one, which is sort of like the House of Lords. So, you know, it was like a win-lose kind of situation for Trump. He got some... He got one house, but he lost the other. But he strengthened his power in areas that were previously voted for him in 2016. So all of the votes that he got in 2016, the areas of the country, he strengthened his votes for them. So a lot more people voted for him in those areas than they did in 2016, which is a little bit worrying because it shows that a lot of people actually like the rhetoric that he's spreading and support him and his beliefs. But the biggest controversy from this whole campaign was his anti-immigration ad that showed thousands of migrants walking towards the US southern border, so from Mexico, portraying them as invaders and criminals. Now, originally, this was put on Saturday Night Football, which is watched by millions. It's one of their biggest programs in America, like 21 million people watch it. NBC, Fox News, but then it was later taken off those programs because it was deemed as racist and insensitive. But it worked for Trump because it stoked up the fear. So this was before the elections happened. They put this ad, I think, a night or 2 nights before, and it stoked up fear ahead of the elections, and it increased the amount of Republican turnout. So basically, the way that we're seeing things right now in America, a lot of people who previously voted for Trump voted for him again, but a lot more people increased their votes in areas that were voted for him. So places like Tennessee, South of America, a lot of those kind of places were places where he strengthened his position in. And this racist advertisement that Trump put out, which he actually refused to take responsibility for it because he said that he didn't know about the ad. He claimed that, there was a lot of ads that were going out. His advertising team did all of that. He wasn't aware of it. But it was such... I feel like now that we know what kind of climate we live in, when you see ads like that, it's very normal. Do you get it?
Yeah.
If you was to see the ad, you'd probably think nothing of it. I saw it, and at first I thought nothing of it. But then I processed it. I was like, damn. This man, the president of the United States, the president of the free world, has made an advertisement which is demonizing a group of people based on their ethnicity and their otherness. Mexicans who are coming into America have been made to look like murderers, rapists, as he likes to describe them, and are basically a pack of wolves. A pack of hungry wolves looking to take advantage of the American dream. It boggles me, it really confuses me how normal it has become to release these kinds of
Yeah.
rhetorics. Continuous flow. And it's scary to think what's going to happen, because now that now that this election has been done, they're going to be moving forward to the 2020 election, which is the presidential election.
Mm.
So Trump gets to stand again for his second term, and if he's voted in, he's got another 4 years, and then he's able to, and then he has to retire. He can't go on anymore. You only get 2 terms. So it's quite dangerous to think what's going to happen in America, because if a man can easily put out an advertisement for, that is obviously very racist, it just begs the question of how far can this man go? To what extent is he going to push out his agenda?
Yeah.
Sooner or later, is it going to be the case where he's going to be advocating the use of violence against these people? Because right now he's just saying keep these people out. But is there going to be a time where he's going to be like, we need to actually stand up to these people who are coming to our country and ruining our country with their violence and their crimes? Do we need to stand up to them with violence?
I mean, what politicians normally do, they bring out a law, or they do something to test what the people are going to say, or test how the people are going to feel. If it's positive for them, they will proceed in that way. So now that Trump released the ad, if he got positive reviews, reviews, reviews from the people, then he'll continue in that way.
But a lot of people, we don't know what people actually think of them, but we know that every television sort of broadcasting media outlet that he's put it out to have all taken it down. Even Fox News, and Fox News are his biggest supporters. That goes to show, that alone, if Fox News, his biggest fans, are taking it off because they see it as racist, surely there's something wrong. How can Americans let this guy get away with it? It's worrying, man. Because do you know why it's worrying? Because if that's happening over there, we're seeing the same thing that's happening over here as well.
Not as bad as that, though.
Not as bad as that, but the threat of right-wing extremism is rising relatively quicker than expected. And that I'm going to move on to something else that's actually linked to the rise of right-wingers.
Look at that spider.
Is that indoors? That's not indoors. That's outdoors, isn't it?
I know it's outdoors, yeah.
I'm going to move on to something that's going to talk about right-wing extremism. Yeah, we're going to be done soon, don't worry. And that's about... I'm going to move on to that a little bit later, actually. There's one more thing that I want to talk about, which is Trump's press conference, which is even more ridiculous. If you thought this advertisement was ridiculous, bad, just a bit... I don't know. My head's gone blank. I forgot the adjective I was going to use. If you thought that was bad, Trump's press conference was even worse. CNN reporter Jim Acosta's mic being snatched by a White House staff member. Yeah. This was a fucking shambolic joke. Listen to what happened. During a White House press conference, CNN's Jim Acosta asked a number of questions to Trump, who refused to answer them properly. And when Jim asked a separate question about the Russian investigation, my man got a little bit upset. A White House staff member, intern, went over to take his mic, and in doing so, their arms collided. Now, the White House, after that episode, the White House reacted to it very negatively. They revoked his press pass, and after claiming he put his hands on her by extension... sorry, I completely got that wrong. So the White House revoked the pass, his press pass, because they claim that he put his hands on her, by extension, assaulting the female intern who was trying to take the microphone off him. Press Secretary Sarah Saunders released a video. This is so bad. Listen to this. Listen how bad it is. Press Secretary Sarah Saunders released a video on her Twitter page that people claim was edited to make it look like Jim's arm movement looks more dramatic by speeding up the movement.
Oh.
So the White House, this is all claims. This isn't 100% been confirmed. But I watched a video done by The Independent, which showed the two footages, the original footage and the edited footage, quote unquote edited. His arm movement, they put the videos, they aligned them both together. His arm movement was speeded up to make it look like he was being aggressive to her. But the original footage just showed that their arms just colliding because she's grabbing the mic. He's got the mic here. Her arm crosses over his arm to grab the mic. He's like, move. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm trying to ask him a question. So, probability will tell you that the chances of their arms coming into contact is very high if you're that close to my man and you're trying to take the mic off him. But this Sarah Saunders lady, piece of shit, she got someone to edit the video to make it look like he was being violent, to make it look like he was forcing his arm down on the lady. The Independent say the footage was edited after investigation, and I think it was edited, and I think that Trump cannot hack the heat when it comes to press conferences, especially when it comes to places like CNN, like liberal news outlets.
You should not be working at the CNN.
Yeah, did you see that?
Yeah.
You're a terrible man. What you do to Sarah Huckabee is a terrible thing. You shouldn't be at the White House. You shouldn't be working for CNN. I'm just like, really? Like, come on. If you can't hack the heat, bro, just leave the press conference. Just say, you know what? I've had a busy day. I'm going to go down. I'm going to go and have a nap because I can't hack these questions. But what they did to Jim Acosta was absolutely barbaric.
Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel showed the same footage. I think he's. I mean, I haven't seen it a lot, but Jimmy Kimmel's going very anti.
Good.
Against Trump. He's going very anti.
Good, as he should.
He's always talking against him on his shows, and he's doing like videos against him. Yeah, just wanted to say that out.
Trump's a piece of shit, fam. Because if you're gonna, I mean, how much of a loser do you have to be to edit a video to make it look like a reporter was assaulting? And that's what they said. They said, yeah, I'm almost done. They said he assaulted the lady. When all that happened was their arms touched. I don't know what is going on in America. Clearly, they need to fix their shit up. So we're going to move on to what I was going to talk about, right-wing extremism rising in the UK. And one example that really, really, really triggered me. This really pissed me off. And, I don't usually let things get to me because I know how shit things are getting in this world, but this really pissed me off, and I was so upset when I heard about this piece of news. I mean, things don't upset me, but this just a group burn a model of Grenfell Tower, laugh and make fun of victims.
Wow. During
a bonfire party, a group of friends make a sculpture of Grenfell Tower. And listen, when this is what pisses me off when I talk to people like Rico, and when I express my disgust, my hatred, and my respect for a particular type of person. This is why I have an agenda against this British type of people. When I say I don't like a person who is X, Y, and Z, this is why. So don't give me that bullshit about, but you should never judge a book by its cover. A group of friends made a sculpture of Grenfell Tower with pictures of victims and set it on fire, whilst you can hear the idiots laughing and making jokes about it.
But they don't, what's the word? What's the word?
What? Represent?
Yes. They don't represent the British people.
But they do represent the British people.
No, they don't.
They are typical British people.
Come on.
Okay, maybe I'm going too far, but they're a branch of British people.
Yeah, of course, and you find those branches in any country.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. And I'm not saying I hate British people. I'm saying that is the type of people that I dislike, that I would stay away from. Yeah. People with that kind of characteristic. Yeah? Mm-hmm. So, you can hear people saying in the video, very graphic video, very detailed video of them picking up this big, massive sculpture, putting it down, and you can hear people saying, "Stay in your flat, we're coming to get you. Look at him hanging out. Help me, help me." Someone goes, "Didn't it start on the 10th floor though? We should probably turn it upside down." Someone goes, "Jump out the window." There's a fire engine in the background, noise, and one of the guys says, "Oh, they're coming, the fire brigade. Oh, too late, you need more than one." Someone else goes, "Look at the ninjas getting it." The ninjas, they had a lady, they drew out a lady with a niqab,
No.
and they put her on there as well. And then they said, and then one of the guys goes, that's what happens when you don't pay rent." And then when the whole thing is burnt, and when it's on the floor, someone goes, "Perfect." Wow. What kind of sick, demented piece of shit do you have to be to laugh
Yeah.
at even the thought?
Yeah,
You're
to-
laughing.
To believe it's funny.
You're laughing at not only people who've died, you're laughing at the dead, but you're making a joke. Not even you haven't even. It stops at the joke. It stops at the thought of having that joke. You go so far that you reconstruct what happened. One of the biggest tragedies in the 20th century. If not the biggest in this country. I would say it goes well above the 7/7 bombings. Because the 7/7 bombings was unexpected. People didn't see it coming. It happened. Grenfell Tower was in front of our eyes. We saw a building being burnt down to crisp, not being able to help the people inside. People inside were calling the emergency helplines, being told to stay indoors, being told to close their doors, put towels under their doors. People resorting to jumping out of buildings. Babies dying, families perishing. I've got a friend who knew a family in there. Mum, dad, children. The eldest being 70, staying in their flat because they weren't able to walk down the stairs. Because they were too old to get stairs to go down. And you have pieces of shit, filthy individuals who are making a mockery of the dead, the people that were helpless. This is the kind of world that we live in.
Sadly.
Is this the type of shit that I need to be alive and witness? And the only bit of credit I will give to them is that the 5 men who were involved in this, there were a lot more than 5 men, but 5 men handed themselves in.
No.
Yeah. When the video started to go viral, they feared for their lives, as they should. Because I'd like to see them in that building,
Yeah.
and us laughing at them and seeing what the reaction would be. After they said that it was a joke that got out of hand,
What a
joke
joke.
that got out of hand.
What a joke.
The 5 men that handed themselves in to the police were aged 19, 46, 49, 55. This video showed nothing but racism, lack of sympathy for the victims, and pure hatred for those that suffered in that building. I want to show you the pictures of these idiots that did it. Grenfell Tower, Effigy, burnt, Metro. These were the idiots, and they put their pictures on the newspaper, as they should, because the cunts that Metro, the cunts that actually committed this treacherous, disgusting act should be shamed, should be publicly exposed, because it's one of the most disgusting things that I've seen, and it really pisses me off, even to talk about it. Have you seen this? You haven't seen this, have you?
No, I haven't.
Have a look at this.
So funny.
So that's the building. Those are the people Those are the pictures they put up of the people. It says Grenfell Tower there.
Yeah, that would have been really funny.
Wow. There's a niqabi lady there.
Didn't it start from the 10th floor though? Oh, we should have turned it upside down. Don't worry, stay in the flags. Too bright. Jump out the window! Too bright, don't worry, stay in your flags. Got some really bad taste. Yeah, really bad taste. Oh, it's really going on. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of you. So bad that we called it. Yeah, I think we've definitely got the winner. I heard that coming, the fire brigade. Too late, you need more than one. God, the little ninja's getting it at the minute. That's how much they don't pay their rent. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's definitely going to go. Oh, here we go, it's getting crumble here. Oh, it's going to go all over the shop. Yeah. It's going to go over the Six Flags. Six Flags going to get it. Yeah, let go.
These guys are stupid, you know. They can cause a fire in the garden.
I mean, I'm lost for words. Like I don't even know what to say at this point anymore because
There's nothing to say.
there's like it's. I just question life when I see stuff like this. It literally makes me question, and it frustrates me so much when I hear people be like, "Oh yeah, you shouldn't discriminate against this, that, and the other." But that is the type of person. Those are the type of people that I will discriminate against.
Yeah.
Because they are representing you right now. It's just so stupid. First pictures of men. So these are what they look like. Typical, innit? Fucking typical. Look at this one. These are the police investigating their houses. It is worrying. It really is worrying. I mean, and do you know why? Do you know why it's even more worrying? It's the fact that you've consciously decided to make a sculpture of Grenfell Tower. You've consciously decided to put those individuals in that on that sculpture. You've made a person with a niqab. You've made a brown person. Every single character that you've made has come from your mind, your conscious mind. You've subconsciously decided what kind of person you want to burn. So by extension, what you're doing is you are in one way or another, you're trying to fulfill your fantasy, your desired hatred for these type of people, and your fantasy of, you know, being able to commit this hideous act. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you plan to do something like that, doesn't that show that you want to do that?
Yeah, of course. They liked it.
Clearly they liked it. By the sounds of their laughter,
Yeah.
mocking the dead like that, man. I mean,
very humorous, I guess.
it's I question life, man. Honestly, I question life, and it's worrying. It really is worrying what's happening to this world. I'm going to move on very quickly to the last thing that I want to talk about, the lighter side of the world. Jake Paul splits up with Erica Castell.
Forget them, man. Oh my god.
Upsetting news for 6-year-olds as Jericho comes to an end. Obviously, this show we talk about trending topics. So this was one of the trending topics. So I didn't really have much of a choice. But I'll quickly, go through it. In a lengthy statement on Twitter, Jake announces that the news. He announces the news, and he had nothing to say but kind words about their relationship. So their relationship started off fake, with a fake wedding in Vegas, which turned serious. Their breakup comes off of the back of Sean Dawson's documentary on Jake Paul, titled "The Mind of Jake Paul." So some people are saying like, did Shane Dawson have the is he responsible for their breakup?
I didn't even know who he is.
He's quite a big YouTuber. He's got like 8 million subscribers or something like that. No, a lot more than that, actually. He makes like in-depth documentaries about YouTubers. And KSI wasn't. He didn't pull back from taking the mick out of it. He posted up a tweet. You know the picture of a guy with a meme, no, of a vein. Veins popping out of his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he posted that pic up, and then he titled it "Logan trying not to fuck Erica." How insensitive do you have to be, man? KSI, man. Anyway, Drama Alert claimed that Jake Paul was seeing someone else after he and Erica broke up, and the Instagram model confirmed that by saying she hooked up with Jake, which she does quite regularly anyway. He hooks up with Instagram models and whatnot. So my man's pretty much over Erica.
Quick thing. It was
Cool.
quick.
Huh?
It was a quick one.
They were together for quite a long time, though.
No, what are you on about? Come on.
Jake Paul and Erica.
Yeah.
They were together for quite a long time.
Well, let me tell you one thing, yeah. I really do not care about them whatsoever.
Yeah, I really don't care
Like,
either, to be
oh
honest.
my god, I don't care if they're broken. I don't care if they have kids. I don't care if they get married. I don't care if they have. I really do not care whatsoever.
It's quite a big deal, though, because his YouTube career kind of blew up because of her. She was a big part of him gaining that much success.
I really do not care.
But
I didn't even watch the vlogs.
yeah, I don't watch the vlogs either anymore. I remember I used to bang out Jake Paul a lot.
Nah,
Like,
never.
back when I first ran into his videos.
Maybe for a day I must have watched like Logan Paul and Jake Paul just for like a day or during the day. Apart from that, nope.
I enjoyed their content back in the days, and then afterwards, when you sort of learn about the people they are, it's a bit like, nah, it's forced. It's hella forced. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is episode 11. We hope you've enjoyed it. 2 hours and 11 minutes. This has been our longest.
I'm hungry and I need to be home and I need to sleep early tonight.
Yeah, same, because I've got work tomorrow as well. Oh, for
Yeah.
God's sake. Just don't want to wake up early. You know when you just don't want to wake up early? Okay.
Well, you have to.
I just don't want to wake up early, man. Do you know what I mean?
You got it, man.
Oh,
gotta do what you gotta do.
Life sucks. All right, cool. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in. If you've made it this far, you're a legend.
You are.
Please do follow us on Twitter at
Please.
Podcast Tomato, and go and follow us on SoundCloud as well. Why not? It's not gonna hurt
Why not?
you. You'll get a notification when we release a new podcast.
You
So,
will.
it still benefits.
It
It
does
doesn't really
benefit.
benefit us. Do you know what I mean? Well, low-key does.
Yep.
Definitely. Yeah, so thank you very much. We'll be back again next
Thank
week,
you
probably
very
on a Saturday. We'll release
Thank
it on a
you very
Sunday.
much.
Do you want to say anything else?
I love you all.
Yeah. Thank you for the undying support.
Bye.
That's undying support. I don't even know what that means. All right, cool. We're done.
Thank God. No, we're not done. We're still recording.
Oh, okay, fine. We're done.
We're not done.
I'm joking.
Just come on.
All right,
Please,
we're
I'm begging you.
Cool. Bye.